I had to like restrict myself. There's a handful of times where I was like, it's too much detail. This is an off-road truck. You're going to go beat up.
It's a good thing you're a body guy because you're into two sports that hate body panels.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Minnoxide podcast. I'm your host, Harris, a.k.a. Minnoxide, man of many automotive aspirations, and I'm here with my Ford-loving co-host,
Yep.
Dan.
I am.
Mr.
Gun a Garage?
Yeah. We're not on our game.
I don't
It's
know,
okay.
you didn't let me introduce or
You're supposed to say
last
yep
one.
every single time.
Did I say yep?
Yeah, yep.
I don't know, it's been a long day, man.
And we are continuing our Detroit/Michigan trip since we are quite a ways away from Detroit now.
Yeah.
And today we are here with Luke Walker from Dialed Auto Works.
Got it.
Nailed it. And I'm blanking on your Instagram handle, but you are most commonly known for the Cyberrunner.
Yep.
That seems to be the thing right now. But you do a lot of cool projects here. We actually just did like a whole half hour, 45-minute tour here beforehand.
Yeah.
We played with lasers.
Yeah, laser beams and plasma tables.
But make sure to watch the tour video when it drops. But go ahead and tell people who it is that you are, what you do, and we'll just kind of go from there.
Yeah, so my name's Luke. I own Dialed Auto Works here in my pole barn. Kind of just started during COVID. Whenever we were all kind of shut down, I opened up the doors and got some people in and kind of just kept going with it. But I do like paint and auto body collision work and ventured into fab work. It just kind of naturally progressed into doing frame swaps and just welding, plasma cutting, laser beaming, building Cybertrucks out of Ford Rangers and running over Corvettes at, what is that called out there?
Oh,
What's the
Dream
big
Cruise.
Dream Cruise, yeah. Woodward, that's what I was like.
Yeah.
Woodward, yeah. So, here we are, just fabbing and doing paint and auto body out here.
So before you got to the Cybertruck, what were you, I guess, when did this business start? What were you doing beforehand?
It was about 4 years ago. So I worked at just a regular body shop. It's Cooper Auto Body in DeWitt, just north of Lansing there. Worked there for a while, and then I actually rolled my truck, and then I started working on it, and it's like, how long is this going to take me to fix? And then I had the idea of Cybertruck, and then tossed the idea. It was probably like 6 months before I really pulled the trigger on Cybertruck build. COVID hit, and then I was like, man, I am never going to finish this truck if I go back to work. So that's whenever I started the grind here out of the pole barn.
Okay.
Just kind of progressed into what it is now.
Well, so that's a big jump, right? To go from like a steady paycheck to being a business owner. Was there like a transitionary sort of phase, or?
Yeah, it was like a risky move. So my wife at the time was 6 months pregnant. So I talked to her and I'm like, I think I can do this. I was like, it's going to be hard for a couple of years. I just expect that. And it was, it's like, I just was doing anything. And that's probably where a lot of the fabrication stuff came in. It was like, oh, well, I'm slow on paint and auto body, but this guy needs some fab work done. I'll do it, why not? Might as well. And I'm a really progressive person, so I like to learn stuff. If I'm that was one thing also at my job, I was just real stale. I was just bring the car in. I was a body man, so I wasn't painting. So it was just bring the car in, tear it down, fix the car, give it to paint, bring it back. Just was the repetitive cycle of it was.
So you were already doing the welding and stuff like that on that stuff? Or?
Not so much TIG welding, but I did a lot of aluminum repairs, just with the rivet guns and stuff. And then just standard MIG welding, plug welds.
Yeah.
We used the spot welder, the big, whatever it is, the car liner spot welders.
Yeah. And
just doing stuff like that, but not fabrication welding, not trying to lay down nice welds or tube work or nothing like that. So, yeah, so where were we? So
the transition, so your wife's 6 months pregnant at that point?
She's 6 months pregnant, and then I just I was like, what do you think? She's like, just go for it,
wow.
Worst case scenario is I just get a job again,
True.
Mm-hmm. So she had a full-time job working at High Caliber Karting and Entertainment there. She's she was, actually today was her last day.
Oh,
okay.
So
she's
cool.
Parted her ways from there, but she was the event sales manager there. So she was in charge of the whole sales department for High Caliber. So anyways, we talked and we just said, all right, let's go for it. So, I just put it out there on social media, says I'm working out of the shop, and I was doing rocker panel jobs, anything, whatever I could, you know. So, and like I've specialized in it so long. I mean, I started hanging around the shop whenever I was like 16 with my dad. So, I mean, paint and auto body is just kind of my second nature. It's like I can pretty much do anything when it comes to that. But then, yeah, like I said, fab work is just like a fun new thing. It's like I actually really enjoy it. So it's good. I'm having a good time. You know, it's like I'm doing like, I mean, I just really like working on cool cars. Like the Willys project here, it's like, I feel really good when that's done. Like it's very satisfying.
Right.
Versus, you know, Sandy's minivan at the body shop. You know, it's just,
Right.
it just didn't bring like any joy or satisfaction. But this is a whole new, like he is so pumped with this.
Yeah.
You know, he is a happy guy.
Plus, he's the guy who gets to spend the money, right? So that's one of the things that holds me back sometimes too. I'm like, that's gonna cost so much.
Yeah, and like, I mean, like I said, he had a budget. We went past it, but I mean, he's fine. Like I think it's because he really sees like, it's far cooler than I think what he was thinking. You know, like just the level of work is nicer than what he was thinking. You know, so like as he sees it come along, he's really like, let's go. That's why he upgraded 6.0. It's like, why not make it something super nice if you can, you know? So, yeah.
So where'd you pick up all these skills? YouTube University or what?
Some, yeah. A lot of YouTubing. Paint and body was just being in the shop. I mean, like I said, my dad did it for a long time, and I would go hang out at the shop after school. And then I started off, you know, whenever I got out of high school, being his helper. So,
Was that at the same shop?
This is at a shop in Colorado. So I'm originally from Colorado.
Oh,
okay.
So my paint and body career started in Colorado. And then really, I guess what made me move here were like the sand dunes and the Prerunner and stuff. So I had the truck out in Colorado. It's kind of like, I mean, I guess we could go over like the whole kind of like history of how I got here.
Yeah,
if you're
why
interested.
leave Colorado? Because a lot of people go to Colorado.
Exactly. So like a lot of people ask me like, what's up with that? So, let's see. So I actually owned a small body shop out there. So when I was 21, me and a body guy that I worked with had this small shop right next to the highway available. So I was like, talked him into doing it. So we both brought, I don't know, like $7,000 to each to go in on this body shop. We had a paint booth, finance the paint booth, and just started working out of this 2-bay garage in Colorado. So then, I mean, do you want to start like where I started in paint and auto body with my dad, and then kind of how I
So
just got
your
here?
dad had a shop?
He did not have a shop. He just worked at a shop.
Okay.
So I just started working with him under him.
Gotcha, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then just worked through body shops, and then once I got older, I just started painting full time. So I was full-time painter for a long time, like it was like Silverthorne, Colorado, like Silverthorne, Breckenridge, like ski resort area.
Yep.
So that was like my old stomping grounds. I was there for like 16 years. So then I got into the shop with my buddy Corey. Had that for like 5 years. So now I'm like 26, 27-ish. And then I bought a piece of land next to it to build like a new shop on, because the one we were in was like too small. So bought this little plot of land that this old trailer park used to be on from the owner. She owner financed it. And then during the big weed boom out there, the owners of a dispensary came to me wanting to buy the shop, but to buy the property to put their new dispensary there, because they were getting kicked out of the place up the road.
Yeah.
So I had that land for like a year and a half. I like doubled my money on it. I'm like, I'm gonna take this money and now buy this land that the shop is on, because I was just renting it.
Yep.
And so, but what had happened is the day we closed on the land I sold them, they went and bought the land out from under me that my shop was on.
Oh.
So this is where like Michigan comes into play. So I was working at a body shop in Colorado, and a new guy named Jamie Prater started working at the shop. He rode dirt bikes, so we became friends really fast, but he's from Napoleon, Michigan, which is just south of Jackson here. After everything goes down with the shop, I'm like, I gotta move all my stuff. I don't know where to go. Real estate's super crazy out here. This was like 2014-ish here, so this was like the recession, like the big dip, the bottom of the barrel for like property values out here. He's like, dude, buy a house in Michigan. They're so cheap. I had the money from selling the land, and so I found this place, and I bought it sight on scene without seeing the house, just off of pictures online. I saw like quick shot. There's like 5 pictures, none of the house, just the pole barn, and 3 acres. He's like, dude, you should just buy that and move all your stuff from the shop to
No
here.
pictures of the house.
Never saw the house.
Shop in the land. You're like, I'm in.
Yep. So I got a hold of the real estate agent. I was like, I'll take it. He's like, all right, wire some money. And then like 2 days later, I own this place. And I'm like, I've never even seen this place. So I just own some land in Michigan now. So,
Okay.
So I actually started moving stuff out slowly, just filling stuff with the pole barn. The 54 is one of the first things that came in here. I just sat over there, had an old 68 Fummins, or it was a 68 Ford truck, dually with a Cummins swap in it, so 12 valve in it. That was in here. So I like over a couple years of like Thanksgiving trips, working full time, I'd just take a few days off and haul a load out here.
Yeah.
And then I'd come work on the house. The house was like savable. So like I was honestly expecting to just doze the house, I mean, I bought this place for so cheap. I'm like, who cares? Like, I mean, the property and the pole barn's worth it. So,
Right.
So this was really just start off as storage. Didn't care about the house. Never really had intentions of moving here. And then I brought the Prerunner. So once I got the Prerunner, I brought it out here, and then I would fly from Denver to here, and then go to the sand dunes, and then spend a day working at the house. So, I mean, Spirit, you could fly like round trip for like $150. So it was like pretty awesome. Like I'd fly like twice a month or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then one of the trips, I wrecked the truck really bad. Lawn darted it, stuffed it, like half cartwheeled it, folded all the suspension back. I'm like, well, I'm never going to be able to fix this. Just flying out every once in a while and working on the truck a day of the week. It's like just not possible. And I was just like renting a place in Colorado. So I was like, dude, I'm just going to move out there. I was like, I can paint cars anywhere. So I mean, it's kind of the beauty of that industry. It's like you can go anywhere and do it. Mm-hmm. It's like you don't have to be in Colorado or anywhere. Some places pay more, which is why Jamie was there, because the labor rate was just higher.
Right.
I mean, more $1 an hour versus here in Michigan. So that's what I did. So I saved up money. I kind of made a plan for 6 months, saved up as much money as I could, and then I moved out here. And then I would work on the house, then work on the truck. And then I was like, once I go broke, I'll get a job. So fixed the truck, got it running again, put the 5.0 in it. That's when I did the 5.0 swap. Mm-hmm. And that's how I ended up in Michigan. So kind of just wrecking my truck. Put me in Michigan. It's kind of weird, but yeah.
What year was that roughly when you wrecked
the truck? It was probably, so I bought this place in 2014. So it was probably around 2016, I would say.
Okay.
That was like a big wreck. Jumped it, landed sideways, folded all suspension back. Like, it was a big wreck. Like cab swap. I mean, the whole truck went through, and like I said, put the 5.0 in it.
Did you buy the truck in Colorado or here?
So I actually traded for the truck. So Jamie, how I got into pre-running was, or like pre-runners, was Jamie was from here. He had a mild build Ranger that he was always talking about the dunes. So when we lived in Colorado together, he'd always talk about the dunes, and I'm just like, dude, I don't care. Like, I'm never going to the dunes, dude. I'm like, because I was a big like downhill mountain biker, so I was like riding downhill as like that's just what I did, Like summertime was my season, like just doing all the big ski resorts and stuff out there. So he'd always talk about pre-running for like 5 years. I never heard the end of it. He's like, dude, you gotta go to the dunes, do this, that, and then this Ford Explorer Prerunner came up for sale in Denver. So like this was whenever I had the shop out there. So I was like into like buying cars and like flipping them or whatever. So I was like, I'll go check this out. I had this Mitsubishi Galant that I've offered the guy. I was like, I'll give you this car. He's looking to get it. He's having a kid. So he's like, this isn't really family friendly. So I shot him an offer. I was like, I'll give you some like $1,500 in this Mitsubishi Galant. And he's like, all right, deal. So anyways, I ended up with this Prerunner Ford Explorer. And then I was like hooked. Like ever since the day I drove that thing home, I'm like, dude, this thing's sick. Like, I mean, like you just mob. Like, I mean, it had King shocks. It was like fully caged. It was like a pretty sick build for being in Colorado. It was like kind of rare. You just didn't see it out there. So,
right.
So Jamie really got me into it, and my buddy Tyson, because Tyson was really big into it out here. So, I mean, he's got a really nice Ranger Prerunner truck. And that's how I got into like pre-running. So then it started escalating. I had the Explorer for a couple years, and then I had a 1969 SS Chevelle that I've restored, like painted it flat black, 390 matching numbers, 396, big block car. And I found this truck on Race Desert, which is kind of like the Craigslist for off-road trucks. So racedesert.com goes to classified. They got like race vehicles, pre-runners, sand rails, all the stuff. So, I mean, I would just scroll through there just for fun. And then I saw this truck pop up, and I had the Chevelle appraised. It appraised for like 32 grand. And so the truck popped up for like 35. And I was like, damn, I wonder if I should see if this guy wants to trade. So I just like shot in the dark, hit him up. I was like, hey, well, actually, I had an old 70s convertible Cadillac and some other cars that I tried throwing at him at first. He's like, nah. He's like, I really like first gen Camaros. And I was like, well, I mean, I got 69 Chevelle, second gen. I was like, I don't know if you're into that. He's like, yep. I'm like, hold up. Hold up. I was like, all right, hold up. I was like, so we just worked out a deal. So anyways, I met him in Phoenix. His brother was in Phoenix. He was from California. They raced the truck for like 10 years. So it was built in California. They went through all the growing pains with it, and they really raced the truck, like very competitive truck. I think there was some beef with him. I don't know the whole history with him. Like, he said he sold the truck because he just didn't want to like do it anymore, but I think he like had problems with people in the industry or something. I'm not real sure. So we ended up trading. So I just drove to Phoenix, and then I mean, mechanically the truck was great. The body was really rough. I mean, like, dude, it was a serious race truck. It just got beat up. You know? It was just a beat up race truck. No glass. I mean, nothing. Race net windows. So I race trucked it, kind of made it a little more friendly for going to the dunes and stuff. So that's how I ended up with the truck. So traded my Chevelle for it. And that was probably 2016. So then I had the truck for, like I said, a couple years, and then wrecked it and came out here.
Then finally came out here. So then at this point, you said you were still working for somebody else, right? When you first came out here?
So whenever I first came out here, it was probably 6 months of no work, and then I just ran out of money. So then I started job hunting.
Okay.
And then I really only had 2 jobs. So I started working in Jackson, and then my second job was when I left before I started going full time here.
Okay. So then when do you decide to rebuild the truck after you have that crash?
He did it while he was off of. Before he went back to work.
Before I went back, so
that little window there.
Yep. So that was the 6 months when I moved here. Okay. I mean, the house was empty. Like there was like nothing in the house. There's no cabinets. I mean, it's been gutted. I mean, all the electrical and plumbing and stuff, the drywall is all good, but just there's nothing in the house. So yeah, the 6 months of me just first being out here was trying to get the house a little bit livable and rebuilding the truck. So, and then ran out of money and got a job. So.
Right. So did you just bring it back to like what it formerly was?
Yep. Yeah. So just like a Ranger, I put some McNeil fiberglass on it. It made it look nicer. I took the time to like fix all the body work and make it like a pretty clean looking truck. Put working windows, windshield, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Are you racing it at all like competitively, or are you just doing this for fun?
No, I would love to race it. I mean, with that comes huge sponsorship dollars. It's like to go race anything off road is like so gnarly. I mean, you just need a bunch of help. I mean, I would love to. That's actually like a bucket list thing. It's like I really want to go out west and race like Rage of the River or something like that. Like just do one race, call it. That's Cybertruck. Screw it. It's gonna get beat up. Yeah. But it's a bucket list thing. I don't even care. It's like, I mean, I would love to have like an extra set of fiberglass bedsides for it, but whatever. That's a huge goal is to do a race. Like, I mean, it's like one of my biggest dreams is to race the truck. So yeah, I mean, that would be sick.
You meet your wife out here then too?
Yeah, so we met while I was still in Colorado because she would actually go to the dunes too. So we kind of met through the dunes. So she had like a lifted Chevy truck, and then we just kind of met online and just started talking. And then I was like, I am moving out there in a few months. And she was like, okay. And here we are. Yeah, it was just really weird timing how it all worked out.
I really wish that's how my relationships worked. Oh yeah, you like this thing. Okay, and then we get married.
You like trucks? I like trucks. Yeah.
You like the sand dunes? We should get married. So
she thinks my runner's sexy.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's just funny because her uncle has had a Silverado Prerunner, so she had went for rides in the dunes with that. So she was like, I want that too. So she didn't know anything. Bless her soul. Went out and bought like a lifted Silverado. Yeah. Takes it to the dunes and then quickly realizes like it is not capable of like what a Prerunner can do. So she was like really disappointed. She like went out and bought this lifted truck, and it's just like bouncing through the whoops, like super rough. And she thought because it was like lifted, it had the suspension under it, and she
No, there's
was
not enough travel and then
yeah,
soft.
she,
Yeah.
yeah, she figured it out quick when she went up there.
What's it look like? So I've heard about it for years. I have never been there yet, and I really want to. And it's really not that far for us to come here, especially if I want to take a ferry across the water, right?
Yep.
But what's it look like out there on a weekend, on a nice summer day? Is there like everything and anything out there? Is it?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's like it's this weird little like nook of paradise to me. It's like it's a rare spot like on Earth where you can go like full like go huge in a truck, and then it's like a hot summer day, and then you just pull over to the beach and you go swim. So it's like just right next to the beach. It's like, yeah, it's kind of, it's a weird spot, man. It's like, there's no other, like, I think Pismo was probably the closest thing to it, you know? And I mean, it's basically a freshwater ocean, you know? And summer days, I mean, we're driving around in flip-flops in our bathing suits, and we'll go mob through the dunes as fast as we could go, beat the crap out of the trucks, and then go swimming.
Is there a lot of traffic out there, though? Is it hard to...
It depends, especially like holiday weekends. It's really busy, but the way I look at it is like it's like a cool car show. You know, it's like you're just going to a really sick car show on those weekends. And then like if you kind of time stuff right, like I mean for the trucks and like a lot of like the sand car guys, like going fast out there is kind of really hard on a busy weekend. But if you time it right, where like everybody's kind of like heading out to go get dinner, you can kind of get some hot laps in. And then sunset's a real big deal, so everybody will come out for sunset, watch the sunset over Lake Michigan. And while everybody's sitting there watching the sunset, you can like run laps. So like everybody kind of clears out. They're all parked watching the sunset. So like you can, if you time your stuff right, you can get out there and
just a
have
sunset. It'll be here tomorrow. I'm gonna rip this thing around.
Yeah, pretty much. So like, and then like a standard weekend, it's a little busy. You know, it's not as busy as like Memorial Day or something like that. So
right. But you can just go throughout the middle of the week if you have time. And
it's
a lot more relaxed.
It's a ghost town out there. Like
Really?
there's nobody out there during the week. And like that's like if I really just want to get down in the truck, like I'll try to go like Thursday, because like Thursday's fairly dead, and then Friday is pretty good, and then everybody starts coming Friday night.
Okay.
So
Is it like a state park or something? Can anybody just go there and whatever? Is there rules or laws or?
There are rules. They're very common sense rules, but you do have to have like your state park sticker, your trail sticker, and your ORV sticker. So it's about $50, maybe $60 in stickers to get out there, and then a Dune flag, and then you can take anything out there.
Okay.
So it's pretty easy entry, and then I think a big reason why I really like it is it's a lot like drifting. So like there's no like strict schedule at a racetrack. Like I did some drag racing in the Chevelle, you know, it's like get knocked out first round. I'm like, well, I just paid a bunch of money to do 3 races.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like you could go out there, do as many laps as you want, and then when you're tired or broken, you can just hang out at the beach and then go back out. It's just really like kind of free for all, you know?
Okay.
But as far as like rules out there, like the biggest thing is not to be on the backside of dunes, because there's some directional dunes and then there's a scramble area. So like the directional stuff's the east side of the dunes, scramble area is west side. You just gotta be careful. I mean, especially with the smaller vehicles, side-by-sides are a big deal now. So like, and they're just like, really, if we're coming up to them and they want to turn real quick, and it's like understandable when you're in a side-by-side, you're just like, well, I'm gonna go over here. Yeah, it's because you're not like normal road rules, you know? So as a truck or like a sand car, you just got to watch out for the smaller vehicles because they turn faster. So if you're coming up by them and they decide to change direction, just got to be careful. Or like just blind spots, just go slow. Don't be dumb. That's really it.
So if I have like a regular off-road vehicle, am I still going to have a good time, or do I need something that's going to want to jump and do all that? Or
if you go out in a regular truck, you're going to have fun. Okay. But then if you hop into my truck, you're like,
you have way more fun.
Golly, what am I doing? You know, this is where it's at. You know, it's like that's what gets the bug. You know, like you go for a ride with something like that, and then you want the next level. It's just like anything. You progress. You know, you just want more. Yeah, no, you'll have fun. I mean, there's like plenty of stuff. I mean, 90% of it out there is stock vehicles, you know?
I was going to say, like people coming out with like TRXs or Raptors.
Yeah, I mean anything. I mean, like there's like Subarus out there running around, you know?
Well, you guys have here in Michigan too, like the ORV trails, you can bring dirt bikes on them too, right? Can you have bikes out there?
Yeah, so yeah, you can have, can you have bikes at the dunes?
Yes.
Or I mean
Okay.
anything. So dirt bikes, quads, it's all open.
We only have so many in Wisconsin. Like we have lots of nice trails and stuff too, side by sides, ATVs, snowmobiles, right? But dirt bikes is a hard one to get. They don't let us just take them. I think here you can have dirt bikes on almost any trail.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
as long as it says. I mean, there's markings on the trails. Like some stuff isn't allowed, you know,
Right.
but for the most part, yeah, it's pretty much wide open. You know,
Okay.
kind of go out and rip. So.
I'm just trying to decide what I need to put on my trailer on the ride out here. So I have a 36-foot gooseneck. We're gonna fill it up.
Sweet. Dude,
Yeah.
I got a couple things in my yard you can have, dude. Load it up
Don't
tonight.
tempt me. You saw you pulling with an empty trailer,
I
right?
know,
Yeah.
dude, you're ready to go. That's how I know when to start my sales pitch.
Yeah, right.
All right, anything we should? Listen, I'm here to talk Dan into buying stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Anything?
dropped a Fox off at a buddy's shop here. They're gonna do a crazy build with it. So
Okay.
we've been shopping on Marketplace and doing stuff. So yeah, I don't know.
What are you
We'll talk.
doing? What are you doing to it? What do they build? What are they doing?
So it's a friend of ours and a couple guys that we know, a tuner and another guy who's got a shop in Detroit there. They're wanting to build. We saw him at Bragging Rights, and he shows me this car that he was looking to buy, this Fox body notch. I'm a huge Fox body guy, so
Sure.
he's just kind of like, hey, this is whatever. Would you be interested in a drivetrain? I'm like, dude, I have 302s like coming out of my ears at home, so no thanks. But I was like, I got home and I'm mowing the grass, and I have this clean Fox, but it's not a notch. It's the hatchback one, right?
Yep.
So I'm on my lawnmower and I pull over and I take a picture and I was like, hey, this is whatever here. I was like, this would be almost free or basic. We'll work out some kind of deal. Are you interested? And he's like, yep, no problem. And him and I just happened to be coming to Michigan the next week. And he's like, will you drop it at Ed's shop? And I'm like, what the hell? This seems to all be coming along. So
Yeah.
they're going to do like drag car, burnout vehicle type thing.
Burnout.
Sick.
The car
It's
is
going to
what they're
start as a burnout vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs some loving.
Yeah, this thing's gonna dub as a burnout car too.
Yeah.
So she's gonna do burnouts.
It's not pretty, but it's from a Georgia, so it's rust free. Again, a rust free car from Wisconsin.
I think that laser would help clean it
Dude,
up.
laser
that
cleaned
laser
thing
would-
up real nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a huge transition coming from Colorado because like cars are so. This is a Colorado car, and this thing's
Yeah.
extremely clean.
Dude, every time I go to Colorado, I'm like,
Yep.
is that an 89 Ranger on the road? And it's
Yep.
not like all the cars you would normally see rotted
So
or gone.
sick.
You see like a 93 Ford Taurus and it just looks brand new. I'm like,
perfect.
what the hell?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like every bolt comes out of it. You know?
Yeah.
You don't have to freaking snap bolts off in that thing. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Colorado. I mean, they just don't use salt. It's all mag chloride and stones. That's
Yeah.
really it. So out there, you go through like aluminum wheels. So your wheels will start getting corroded from the
Yep.
mag chloride, and then windshields. That's your biggest thing. And then
I
stone
bought my
damage.
wife's Mustang from there, and it was tons of rock chips and windshield.
That's
just littered with little spots and
Yep.
nicks and dings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'd much rather have that than rust. Which
Yes,
is
I
terrible.
agree.
It's so bad. Yeah. Well, that sounds cool. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Heck
I
yeah.
think so. So anyway, moral of the story is I have an empty trailer. We'll see if we can load something up. For
Yeah.
Dude, I got. Oh,
So
yeah.
So you get to 2020, and then you basically start pushing the business side of things. Then,
Yep.
At what point does the whole Cyberrunner thing become an idea? When does that come to
Okay,
fruition?
so 2021, we're up at the dunes, and it's a really nice looking Ranger. It's got a Dixie Cup paint job on it. We're up like messing around. It's the last day of the season, so it's like October, whatever it was, late October, and we're just like messing around, like high marking on this hill, like going up and just like doing rainbows or whatever. And so I go up on it, and then I hit like soft sand, and the truck just rolls over on its side. So like goes onto the driver's side of the truck, smashes up the cab, fiberglass, and I'm like, well, that sucks. So at least I got all winter to fix it. So then that was the winter. So 2021 is whenever I pulled it in here and just started tearing it down. I was like, well, I'm gonna fix the damage. I knew it had some. I mean, it was a tired race truck, so like there's a lot of like just cracks in the chassis, just like on the floor. Like I had to basically cut the floor out to fix it all, really.
Okay.
So I started cutting the floor apart and then cut off all the damaged panels, so the roof, the cab corner, So that's when I said, I was like, all I got really left is the one cab corner and the back panel.
Whether you are new to working on cars or a seasoned shop owner at the top of their game, the High Performance Academy is where all car enthusiasts can go to expand their skill sets. If you want to learn how to build an engine, tune your car, improve your wiring or suspension setups, the HP Academy has the perfect step-by-step course for you. As a friend of the show, they've provided listeners with a special 55% off discount code that you can use risk-free on any course of your choosing. Details are in the description of the show below, or go to the partners page at Minnoxide.com. Go check it out. Let's get back to the show.
And then it just happened. I don't know. Cybertruck got released. I don't remember the first time I thought of Cybertruck idea, but I remember thinking, man, that thing's hideous. Like, what the hell? I was like, I think somebody could make that way cooler.
Right.
And then I kind of tested it with some friends. I'm like, what do you think if I turned the truck into the Cybertruck? And then it's like 50-50. My one friend Brad's like, that's dumb.
Right.
And then my other buddy's like, that's sick.
Nobody ever trusts Brad anyway.
Yeah, dude. Brad's like, you don't know. Brad's always my number one, he ain't getting that shit done. He was like that when I first wrecked it. He's like, yeah, that truck will never drive again. And he's like, oh, you proved me wrong. And then Cybertruck was done. He's like, oh, you did it again. And then he helped me put the body on this. And we're sitting down here. He's like, you're doing it again. He's like, I thought this was going to suck, but it's pretty cool. So every time I'm working on a project, Brad's at the back of my mind. I'm like, F you, Brad. This is happening.
Got that chip on your shoulder
too. Yeah. That's what I need. I need a doubter to get me to push me along. I just want to prove them wrong. It's a weird spite thing.
Right.
Whatever that is. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna show you.
Everybody needs a Brad in their life.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. You need a Brad, dude. And I appreciate Brad because he helps his motivation.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brad. So
I hate you, Brad.
Yeah. All right, so I don't remember the exact, so I kind of threw it out there. Some people liked it, some people didn't, and then I drew a thing on my phone. I was like, well, I'm just gonna see if the proportions are gonna look right, because if it's gonna look stupid and not look, it could not look corny. I was like, that was my number one. If this thing starts looking weird, I'm just not going to do it.
Can you make a normal Cybertruck more corny, though?
I don't know. That was it. Because it had to resemble a Cybertruck.
Right.
But it had to look cooler than a Cybertruck. So that was my thought process on it. So I took a side picture of the truck and then just roughly sketched it, kind of on my phone. I just kind of drew over it to make sure the peak was going to look right. It wasn't going to be too stumpy in the nose or just had to look right. Had to look like a Cybertruck. But it had to look better than the Cybertruck.
Did you just take a photo and just do it on your Instagram story and just doodle it on there?
I was a little more involved. I actually used a sketch app.
Okay, fair enough.
I could probably show it to you.
If you find it, definitely send it to me.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll text it to you. So once I did that, I was like, oh, this could work. This is I think it could work. And I didn't want to cut the cage all apart to redo it. So that was another stipulation. I didn't want a year of 6 months of cage work, you know what I'm saying? So I was so if you look at the truck, you can see I could pretty much put another Ranger cab right over it. So it's all built off the Ranger roll cage.
Oh, so you didn't have to modify anything then?
Yeah, I did the back. I cut the back portion of the cage out to put the third seat in. So I really just extended the back of the chassis. But as far as hindsight though, I would have redone that. I would have at least cut the top of the cage off to match the profile of Cybertruck. Because it would have been way easier to tie the body into it.
Okay.
Versus making the body fit, a not right shaped chassis. You know what I'm saying? It just took way more work, and I wasn't anticipating that. So hindsight, I would have cut at least the top of the chassis off, and made the roof line match Cybertruck. So that would have been really the thing I would have done different. So where were we? What were we talking about?
So you start. Basically, you took it off, you were doodling it, designing it.
Yep. So then I had the truck all cut apart, and I had this 1/2-inch square tube, so I just lightly tacked the roof profile onto the cage.
Okay.
And then that was the start of it. I was like, all right. I was like, it was still I'm ready to bail at any time. The first time I was I'm not bailing on it was once I actually made the sheet metal panels and just tacked them onto it. Yeah. So I had the front fender tacked, the door panel, and then the bedside just loosely tacked to this a kind of a little 1/2-inch square tube exo cage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just I was ready to cut it off at any moment, and put a Bronco body on it. That was it. So that was my go-to original. I was like, oh, I'm going to do a Bronco because now it's going to be extended. it'd be sick to have this thing mobbing as a Bronco. So that was the backup plan. But then once I got the sheet metal hung on it, I was like, this is actually looking pretty sick. So that was, from there, that moment I was like full kill. Like, all right, we're doing this. No backing out now. I was like, I'm going to show you, Brad. I'm going to show you. Like, so yeah.
You need like an FU Brad bumper sticker.
I did make a sticker that says FU Brad.
Nice.
If you have any of those, I will buy one.
Dude, yeah.
Immediately. So how similar are the panels to like an actual Cybertruck?
Not even close.
Not even close.
Like, it's all just like.
Well, no, I mean like material wise.
Oh, material wise. So it's not stainless. So it's just painted to look like stainless. It's all 20 gauge steel.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because actually work with stainless is very difficult. I mean, to bend it's such a hard material.
Yeah, if a billionaire found out it's difficult.
Yeah, dude, exactly. So, it's all just regular, standard, mild steel.
Okay.
20 gauge is pretty thin. Okay. The truck, I was expecting it to be heavier. It was 5,200 as a Ranger, and without me in it, I don't know how much fuel was in it. Let's say half tank. And then after a Ranger, it was 4,980. So it shaved some weight off of it, which was surprising.
No way.
Yeah. So with all the sheet metal I put on it, because I mean, it had fiberglass front clip, fiberglass fenders. So I was like, man, that's like, I mean.
Yeah, that stuff's heavy.
Yeah. It's like, if you pick up a fiberglass bedside, it's like, you're thinking like probably 40 pounds, like seems like and it's like different than like car fiberglass, like a lot of drift cars with fiberglass, that stuff's really light. It's only like 2 layers. But like the off-road stuff's like 5 or 6 layers.
Oh, okay.
It's just like, it's way thicker material than like drift car or street car stuff. So it's a little more heavy. So that was like a fun surprise after it was done to weigh it. Found out it was less. So I was expecting it to be heavier. I was like, man, I think it's gonna be like, my guess, I think, because we had like a pole going, I think I was like 5,490 or 5,500 was what I was thinking it was gonna be. But so it's pretty light for what it is.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, and all like that windshield, that thing's like 80 pounds. So,
Yeah. So how'd you do that then? All the windows and stuff.
I actually put out, once I started getting closer to the end of the build, so it took about 3 years to do it on and off. So like I started 6 months into Danielle being pregnant, and after Rye was born, there was 3 or 4 months where I just didn't even touch it. And then I'm just doing normal work out here, just kind of enjoying the baby life,
Yeah.
So, what were we talking about? Crap, I forgot.
So basically, you had the kid. I forgot what her name was. Sorry.
Rye. Her name's Ryan. We call her Rye.
Yeah. So you're working on the truck on and off. Oh, we were touching on the glass.
Oh, that's right. So about year 2, I started like really thinking about what my most expensive thing is going to be with this truck. It's going to be the glass.
Okay.
So I actually put a thing out on my Instagram. I was like, I was thinking laser cut. I'm like, water jet. I was like, is anybody got a water jet that I can cut some glass? Like just some flat panels, because I designed it all to take flat panel glass, because I knew that was going to be the cheapest route. I mean,
right.
And I did not want to run Lexan, because being in the sand, it just, the first time you roll a window down, it just scratches it. Yeah. It's like so bad.
Okay.
It's like you can get scratchless stuff, but it really isn't. The first time you wipe it with a rag, it's all spidery looking, Yeah. So I did not want to run Lexan. I wanted real glass, and that was like it had to have real glass. So I just put something out there, and my friend Todd, he really wasn't my friend at the time, but like we knew each other on Instagram, but he's like, hey man, I've been cutting glass for like 20 years on old hot rods. He's like, it used to be my old business. He's like, I'll just cut it for you. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. I was like, what are you talking? Like, how much? He's like, dude, I'll just do it. He's like, it's a sick project. I'll just do it. I was like, I'll buy the glass. He's like, all right. So it was like a few $100, and then I sent him all the templates, just paper templates, and he cut all the glass.
And it's all like automotive safety glass then too?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's all laminated. So it's like just like windshield material. So like it's not going to like smash or
blow into your eyes and face.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. And actually the windshield's cracked right now, and everybody's like,
I saw that.
You cracked the windshield. Well, that was. So the reason why I had to put the glass back is because the primer is failing. Well, the windshield was doing it too. I was afraid it was going to come out. So whenever I had the windshield out, I had a heat gun on it. I wasn't paying attention. And I had the heat gun on the spot. I just like cracked it from the heat gun.
So it's not even like a cool story.
No, it's nothing. It's not even like I jumped it super huge or nothing. And that was a big fear. I was like, man, this windshield's so big. Like Dirt Fest is a big event we put on here in Stanton, Michigan, where we take all the trucks out onto like a motocross track where we do a big long jump competition. And the first year I did it, I'm like landing to flat, and I'm like just waiting for this windshield to go, you know, but it like totally kicked ass. Like it ruled. Like I was like not even worried about it at all. Like now I'm like, this thing's so good. So it was a day before an event, kind of like right now. I just re-glued that glass in like a couple days before Grid Life, and I pulled it out, cracked it, and I had to put it back in because I didn't have like a backup windshield.
Yeah.
So I had to put the cracked glass back in it, which was painful to do, just over something so stupid, you know, like golly. So anyway, so I talked to Todd again. He's got another windshield for me. I just got to get it and cut that one out and put that in. So that's where we're at.
Where's he at? Is it somewhere easy to get to? Or?
He's like 45 minutes. He's like,
okay.
Yeah, he's not too far. So he's like to the west of here, like northwest. So
okay.
Yeah, I forget exactly what town he's in, but yeah.
So now you've built this thing. You've got it kind of figured out. How do you unveil it? Like, where does it go for the first time? And what kind of reactions are you getting?
Grid Life was it.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yep, Grid Life was its first.
So the same event, but last year.
I'm sorry. So it wasn't. So its first time out, and like it was 2024 Silver Lake Prerunner Invasion. So Prerunner Invasion is like the big kind of opening ceremony each year for all the prerunners up at Silver Lake. So that was its first like event, but it was also the first time I took the truck out and like drove it. So I had the truck done. I had planned on testing it on the property here, but it was like just a mud fest, and there was no way I was taking this like brand new truck and just caking it in mud to test it. I was like, it's just gonna have to get tested at the dunes at Prerunner Invasion. So we went out there, bugs, power steering pump, had to put a scramble to find a pump out there, just pouring fluid out of it.
Ford with a bad power steering pump?
Yeah, what, dude? Never heard of that. That one's holding it. That one's doing good.
Yeah.
Like, I think I got a good one in there now. I just got lucky. The big issue was my coolant temp sensor. So it was all Holley Terminator X stuff. So my coolant temp sensor wasn't working. So it was like making it run horrible. So we were messing with the tune to try to bypass the temp sensor just to get it to run through the weekend. And we really never got it like running great, but I was able to go out like Sunday and do a few hot laps. So I wasn't actually able to make it to like the actual event. So at the golf course there, they have a big event, like car show for the pre-runner. So I couldn't make that because the truck wasn't around. I was working on it. So that was kind of like a half unveiling. Like a lot of people wanted to see it, but a lot of people didn't get to see it because I was having issues with it. So all the bugs worked out. The next big event was Grid Life. So that was like its kind of real public display.
Were you posting like build pictures and videos and stuff along the way so people knew you were doing this?
Yep. So on the Dial channel, on the YouTube channel, I posted some build videos of just like me just grinding through it. Like I've started one for this too. So so people knew of it, and I would post it on Instagram. People would see it, like raw sheet metal. I mean, there's a lot of detail that went into the truck. I mean, one of the things I have the most time in is just making the windows work. I was like, there's no way I'm not having the windows work in this. Like, I mean, when you're at the dunes, you're rolling down your windows, talking to your buddies, you got to roll the windows up because like a lot of time the sand's blowing in. Half the reason you have a pre-runner is for comfort, like just being out of the elements up there. So you can go out there on like a cold day or when the wind's blowing. It's just nice to have the windows up. So just figuring out the regulators. It's all like custom stuff. So they're custom fitted. I start off with Ranger window regulators, and it was not working. I probably got 100 hours into those just not going up straight because it's all open edge glass. It just wasn't working because it was a single track setup. So I ended up buying some GMC or GM 1500 Silverado ones because it's dual track. And I figured those were fairly common and abundant.
Right.
So I got those, but they're slightly curved, so I had to straighten them out, to make them for flat glass, and then just doing the window tracks. I mean, I probably have 150 hours in just doing window stuff in that thing.
That's crazy.
But it's all electric power windows, so like
really?
the windows go up and down in it, and it's the same, real glass, like I said. I mean, and it was like one of those really annoying things, like trying to fabricate that with like Lexan glass because it's flimsy. So like if you're trying to build a door that shuts against a weather strip and it's like slightly moving, it's not good because it's like, so what do? There's not like the only other material you could really use would be like 1/4 inch plate of steel or aluminum that's not going to because you're not sure the exact shape of the glass yet, so you don't want to have your glass cut and then
Yeah,
realize it ain't right.
The door itself you made, right? You manufactured this whole thing.
So half of it's Ranger, half of it's fabricated. So the inner door jamb with the window like regulator area is like, and the part where the hinges are is still Ranger.
Okay.
And then I basically cut the skin off and modified the jamb to seal it all in. So there's just like that's where a lot of the time went on the truck, was just the agonizing details like that. I'm like, man, it's like, and I had to like restrict myself. There's a handful of times where I was like, it's too much detail. This is an off-road truck. You're going to go beat up. Like, because I kept like my natural auto body instinct was like perfect gaps, get this like crisp, you know, like
then you never drive it.
Yeah, there's so many like shortcuts you could have taken at this point. Like just, a window with a little hinge on it that you can open. Like there's all kinds of, I
mean, I seriously went through every possible scenario for the windows. You know, I was like, what if I just did a strap where you pull, right? And then just zip the window up, you know? But I'm like, no, dude, it's half-assed. I'm like, I just want a working window. That's just like, it's like everybody probably overlooks it on the truck, but it's like one of my biggest accomplishments was doing the working windows and doors. Yeah. Like, there's just so much time wrapped up in that. It's like, can't comprehend it, how much time I got into it.
You went full ass.
Full hardcore, dude. Just freaking went full, let my tism, man. Had to have it.
What about, so for example, like all the flares and everything, how did you decide that you wanted to do that?
So it was just like cardboard, you know, so I would stand back, look at it, put some cardboard up there, kind of get a general shape, and then that was it. I tell you what, I sure wish I had the plasma table.
So you didn't have it at that point?
No way, dude. I wish I did. Like, because right now I could have all those files saved, so if I do something to it, I could have like a bedside.
Oh, you just dial up a panel and cut it.
That's a huge benefit of that is I got all those files. So like if I smash a fender, I got all those. I would have it all saved. I could just recut it real quick.
A factory ECU can get you really far, but if you're trying to get the most out of your car, you have to take your tuning to the next level. Whether you are doing a highly original LS swap or are a glutton for punishment and want to keep your rotary, a Haltech can help you extract top-level performance while keeping your car tolerable to drive. If you go to tunebyshawn.com, you can schedule a free consultation to see what is right for you and your build, but you can also go there, save 5% on all Haltech goodies using code Minnoxide, and do it all yourself. That's tunedbyshawn, SHAWN.com. Let's get you back to the show.
But I can't do that now, so.
Well, that could be V2 if anything were to. Because obviously you're still, I mean, how often are you taking it out?
A lot. So, like, I mean.
Do you take it to Target? Even though it's not legal?
I mean, I drive around town,
really?
Yeah, I'll cruise around, It cruises around good.
Like, I saw it had a plate on it. I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, it's got an old farm plate, old farm truck on there. So, farm truck plate. So.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, I drive around all the time. Like, we'll take out for a cruise or whatever. There's car shows around here. Yeah. So, like.
That's cool.
It gets around, yeah. I mean, it drives good. So, I mean, that's like what prerunners are all about. Yeah. I mean, that's what prerunners are for. It's for having like some little bit of comfort and being able to freaking mob, you know? It's like you can go, we could go jump a big ass jump out on the field and run it to the store. Yeah. You know, it's sick.
So I'm assuming that people are kind of drawn to this thing too. Like it's getting kind of. I heard something about Travis Pastrana drove it, or how did you run into this guy? Well, where's?
So it was just kind of. So we're Daniel, we're High Caliber Karting. They would host the Nitro Circus guys when they came into town. So whenever they came into town, they'd let them take over the facility and race go-karts and whatever, and just kind of good break for those guys, you know, with all their traveling and stuff. And so Jordan, the owner, called me. He's like, "Hey, Travis is going to be here." He's like, "Is the truck ready?" And I was like, "It actually is." He's like, "It was like a few days before. It was like all late notice, you know." He actually had mentioned it like a while back, but it was just kind of like he might be here. But then it was like coming up to it. He's like, "Hey, he's going to be here." He's like, "Bring the truck." I was like, "I'm there." I'm like, "Dude, this guy's my hero," you know. Like, God, I was like, he's like one of my idols. So I was like, "I'll be there." Yeah, you can see the truck. So I just took it there, and they showed up. I'm sitting there, and then like. It's like the first time I've probably been like really starstruck. I felt so dumb, you know. I was like, well, hey, like he's like trying to make a joke. Like I just felt so dumb, dude. He's like, what did he say? He's like, oh, so this thing's fully electric. I was like, no. like he knew. Like I'm just like, freaking out because it's like the guy I've seen on my whole life looking up to, and I'm like, oh God, that's so stupid.
stupid.
Yeah, why did I say that? But then I got out of it, and then like it was fine, you know.
Right.
But yeah, then I took some of the guys for rides that just rip around the parking lot, you know, like jump some of the rocks or whatever, rock features in the parking lot. I'm sure the mall was pumped about that. But yeah, so then I was like, Travis, you want to drive it? He's like, nah. He's like, I don't want to drive it. I was like, dude, when are you ever going to be able to drive something like this? I was like, just don't roll it, but just go out and you'll be fine, dude. You're fine. And so he got in it and ripped around a little bit, and he's like, all right, I got to get out of this thing. So he signed the dashboard, and it was awesome.
That's
so
awesome.
Travis drove the truck.
Is it still signed in there?
Yeah, it's
That's
on the
sick.
dash. Yep. Yeah, it's awesome. So that was really cool. That was like, I guess when I was building that, I never would have thought anything like that would have happened.
Right.
You know, I was like, that was like, because like, I mean, I had like 3 years like lonely in the shop thinking like, what's this going to be like, you know? And like, I kind of got lucky because like, I was running behind on it, but then Cybertruck would get delayed. So I'm like following the status of the Cybertruck.
You're like calling Elon and be like, hey man, I need a minute. Yeah.
I'm like, keep canceling this thing because my big goal is to get out before Cybertruck was released. I wanted mine to be on the road first.
Yeah.
And it was roughly the same time, right?
It was like pretty much like right. I was probably a few weeks behind when like they started being seen.
Yeah,
So,
I couldn't believe it. Like I saw a video on Facebook, I can't remember which one it was, of your truck, and I'm just like, I was just like, what's going on? Like I didn't follow the bill. I didn't know what was going on. I was just like, this is freaking sick, though.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people think I just took a Cybertruck body and modified it.
Yeah.
And set it on there. I don't think a lot of people realize that the whole thing is just completely fabricated.
Well, he showed me some of the videos, you know, as I'm driving. He's like, look at my phone. And I'm like, when we pulled in your driveway, I'm like, dude, that thing looks way sicker in person.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that.
I don't know, dude. It looked sick in the video because you were telling me you used the DJI, what was it, the Osmo or whatever?
Yeah.
And that thing just going like ripping through the dunes.
Yeah.
Dude.
Seeing that thing in full glory. Like, yeah.
I am sold that my first time out there, it has to be checking out that thing. Because dude.
If you guys come, let me know and I'll take you for a rip in it.
Dude.
It's an experience. It's like nothing you've done. It's like you can't tell people what it's like. It's just like we gave some people rides that have never been in one, and they're like, "That is not what I thought." You know, like
I'm
it's
gonna
just,
want one real bad. That's gonna be the problem.
it's so smooth, man.
What do you call the third seat? It's not like a bitch seat or anything. It's like
No, it's just like the back seat.
just
I
the
mean,
back seat.
I don't have,
Okay,
like,
the normal.
just hop in the back.
Depends on how much you scream, whether you call it the bitch seat or not.
Well, that's where you're gonna be. I'm not gonna go back there.
Yeah, I mean, no. I guess it doesn't have a special name. It's just third seat. Hop in. You know, we'll go for a rip. Sweet.
You know what you need to do? Have you ever seen that video? I think it was like a Dragon Drive or something, and it was the Corvette, and he has the bald eagle helmet.
Oh,
No, you never seen that?
Never seen it,
It's
no.
been viral. Yeah, I think he does. I don't know if he did a rolling burnout, but he had like the eagle like helmet hat. It was like a furry costume. Sort of deal, right?
Yeah.
And then just pins it. You should just do something like that with that.
I'm just ripping around doing the bald eagle helmet, the bald eagle hat on.
You know what,
That's sweet.
dude? I'm gonna call it right here. You need to be a part of what is it? Is it Slim Jim that has the Squatch commercials?
Oh, yeah.
Jack Links.
Jack Links, that's it.
Dude, Jack Links. You need to get hooked up with them. Have the Sasquatch drive that thing.
Dude.
They're right by my cabin. They're like 30
Really?
minutes away. The whole
Dude.
factory. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, I need
Look,
to
it's
get hooked up
huge.
with Jack Links, bro.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
Everything in that town is named Link.
Dude,
Link Ford, Link this,
People
Link that.
really?
Yeah.
People would be so pumped on driving around dudes. It'd be like a parade. I'm just hopping freaking meat out the windows. It'd be so sick. Like I'll be like cruising
You
past people
want my
hucking
meat?
beef sticks at people. It'd be so fun.
Dude, I'm just saying. What is it? Unleash your wild side or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah,
Dude,
that'd be perfect.
I know where. Isn't there headquarters over there in Minneapolis?
No, it's Minong, Wisconsin. It's 30
Oh,
minutes
they have an
north of my
office in
cabin.
Minneapolis. Yeah.
I did a job there actually. I did a satellite for them. So I've been in there.
Okay.
If you go in the front door of their place, like in the lobby, they've got, you know, those like beef jerky things you used to see at gas station with the yellow plastic. You lift it out and you like grab the little plastic tongs. You can get it like piece by piece.
Yeah.
They got one of those like right in the lobby, and you just go
that's
in.
legit.
When we left, they were like, "Go ahead." We were like filling up our tool bags and shit.
Pockets full of meat.
Yeah,
dude.
dude, I had like spilling out of places. Like, yep, thank you.
Your wife's like, "Why do your pockets smell like hot dogs?"
Dude, I smell like beef jerky. My wife was on me, man.
I don't know what we have to do. We have to get this man a Jack Links partnership.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be tight.
You
That'd be
come
awesome.
out to my cabin, you bring it
Yeah.
out there, we'll go to Jack
We'll
Link's,
just cruise it over
do
there.
freaking donuts in the parking lot with it.
Dude, so like one of the things I envisioned, like, I mean, like I said, I'm building this thing. I'm like, what should I do with it? And
Yeah.
I'm like, I should take it to Texas, just drive it to the Gigafactory. Just
Oh,
like see
yeah.
if like Elon will come out. So I was like, because that was going to be like one of my goals is to meet Elon and show it to him.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't think that would ever work. That dude
No, he'll
doesn't-
just hit you with that. This is the
You know,
stupidest thing I've
Just
ever
tag him.
seen.
You
Yeah,
gotta
I
get
don't
on
know if he
X
would
and
care.
tag and be like, who do you think did it better?
Well, a lot of people were like, dude, you're gonna get a cease and desist. And I'm like, I don't think this dude has open patents on all of his rocket technology. He don't care about a stupid Cybertruck, you know? Like, I could probably literally call it Cybertruck, and he probably wouldn't even care, you know? Like,
Yeah.
So I was like really careful. I was like, because I did have that in mind. I was like, I'm not going to call this a Cybertruck. I'm not going to put any Tesla logos on it. That's why I call it Cyberrunner. I was like, I got to like
Which
make
is
it
a cool name, by the way.
Yeah, it's like works really good.
Super cool name.
Yeah,
I like it.
so, because I mean, you know, the whole thing, I don't forget what YouTube channel it was, but he built the Eleanor car from Gone in 60 Seconds, and they sent him, and they took the car. I think he got it back at the end of the day. But I was like, yeah, I was a little nervous of that. I was like, man, what if
took it?
Yeah, because it was like their property, intellectual property, and he called it Eleanor was the problem. If he had called it something else,
Interesting.
it would have been different. So yeah, so that was in the back of my mind. But I mean, I really don't think Elon would have cared.
No.
That was a very common comment I would see is, oh, wait till they come take that from you.
Well, that's when the Ferrari stuff was getting really hot too on social media. Like everybody was talking. I think that's right around when Whistling Diesel burned down his Ferrari too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in the grand scheme of what Elon's got going on, like you're not on his radar of
Yeah.
shit he needs to worry about.
If you guys are enjoying the show so far, just go ahead and drop a subscribe or a follow if you haven't already, just so you get notified the next time we do an awesome episode like this. Let's get back to the show. Well, how did the Corvette thing happen, by the way?
Oh God. So that was like an interesting ordeal. So, I mean, you guys been to Woodward's. You guys know how
Not
it is.
yet, no.
Oh, you guys
We
never
haven't been to the Dream Cruise. We've been on Woodward, but yeah.
Oh, you haven't been to Dream Cruise?
No.
Okay, well, I'm going to enlighten you. So, Dream Cruise is nothing but the right lane is like super creep. You're going 2 miles an hour. Everybody's asking you to do burnouts. You know, the whole time, like the whole side of the road is lined with people sitting there, you know, looking at the cars and camping chairs and tents, you know. Well, we pull up. Traffic just stopped real quick, like seriously, probably 5 seconds. And the kid was like, do a burnout. And I'm like, I can't, like, freaking, I don't know what was going on. But I was like, I just didn't have the horsepower to do a burnout and dry because it just rained, so I was doing burnouts when it was wet.
Yep.
So the kid was like, do a burnout. I'm like, I don't have any traction. Or I was like, I have too much traction. And then I was like, I'll goose it for you. And so I goose it, and then the truck goes boom and goes up and down. And I'm like, what was that? And Daniel's like, what was that? I was like, I don't know. And I looked down, there's like a Corvette right on my front, like right in front of me. And I'm like, or he's like by the side of me. I'm like, I think I just hit that guy's car. And I look over and all the people are like, that guy just pulled out in front of you. And I'm like, what happened? So they all had recorded it. And I stopped for like 5 seconds and the Corvette just pulled over in front of me. And then I goose it and I just run up on his tire and like up over his fender and like off the front of his car. And it like didn't do any damage to his car. It's kind of incredible.
No way.
But anyway, so the cops got called. The cop watched the video, and everyone's like, "Yeah, dude, the guy pulled out in front of you. He didn't even have his blinker on or nothing. Like you stop for 5 seconds and then get over, and then I just go, and there's a car in front of you. There should have been no car there in that amount of time that I was stopped. So, cop looked at it. He's like, "Dude, it's not your fault." Corvette guy, I'm like, "What do you want to do, man?" I was like, if you want to claim your insurance, you got to do a police report for your insurance claim. I was like, if you just want to go about your way and just chalk it up as an accident, I was like, there's not really any damage. There's like a little rubber rub on his fender.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, and the bottom of his fender like probably broke off a little bit, like popped the bolts out or something, you know, like it probably needed a little bit of work. But for what happened, it's incredible that the fender wasn't just blown off the thing. You know?
Yeah, right.
I mean, I literally drove up on that thing. And so he's like, all right. He's like, cop's like, it's your fault. I mean, he's like, you would get a ticket if I write a report, you know, you didn't use your turn signal. We got video.
Oh, that's crazy.
It is what it is. You know, you pulled out in front of him and it is what it is. And so that was it. So the guy, his name was Pete. And at the time, after we had left, I was like, you know, I should have just fixed his car for free. It was like, if I just had to reattach the bottom of his fender.
You're a freaking Bobby guy. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I'm like, I didn't think of it till after. I'm like, I wonder if I could find this guy. So I actually called the police station. I was like, hey, is there any information on this guy? And they're like, no, there was no report. I'm like, God, I can't get a hold of this guy. And so on a piece of paper, he wrote down my information. And I was like, and there was another phone number there. And I was like, is that your number? He goes, yeah. I was like, oh, sweet. So I took a picture of it. So I thought I had his phone number. Well, I call that number in some restaurant. So it wasn't even the guy's phone number. I don't know. I don't know if he was like he's kind of older. Yeah. I don't know if he's like flustered or maybe didn't hear me or whatever, but so he only has my phone number. So Pete, if you're out there, I'll fix your car for free. I don't know.
Pete, he'll fix your car for free.
Yeah, it's like pretty simple.
Was this last Dream Cruise or?
This is the last one. Yeah, it was last year. So
it's probably not even fixed yet.
I don't know what the guy did. And it was like a Callaway Corvette. So it was like a kind of a rare Corvette.
Yeah, we got some reach. We'll find Pete for you.
Yeah, if we can find Pete, I'll fix your car. I don't know if you fixed it already, but let us know.
He's going to be like some Cybertruck idiot.
Yeah. Okay, so then going to the internet side of this story. Yeah. So as we're at Dream Cruise, we're walking. I'm like, that was crazy. Like, I cannot believe, I was more shocked that like he just didn't have any damage to his car. I'm like, honestly, that was the best case scenario. Nobody got hurt. His car didn't really get that damaged. I mean, my truck's fine. I was like, that's kind of awesome. I got to run over a guy's Corvette for free, really. So
you should now you gotta join Monster Jam now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Hit me up, Monster Jam. So I'm walking down the road. We're going to get something to eat, and I'm like, I'm just going to post this video. So I posted it up real quick. I didn't hear any of the audio, and it's like just perfectly cut to where like I sound horrible. I'm like, this does not make me look good. Because I'm like, because it was like something like, he's lucky that something. I don't know what's going on with my phone, but it's blowing up. But I was like, he's lucky that it wasn't worse. Or I'd have to watch the video again. I forget what I said. But it just does not like sound good on it sounds like I'm like kind of a D-bag.
Yeah.
And so people were blowing it up. And like this view, I think it's got like 12 or 13, 20 million views or something like that. And I'm just getting flamed in the comments. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, everybody there, and a lot of it was like just Cybertruck comments, like, "Oh, Cybertruck needs to learn how to drive." And I'm like, you don't even realize this isn't even a real Cybertruck. Like, what do you know?
Yeah.
So the internet side, like, I definitely got an earful from everybody, but
even though technically it wasn't your fault,
it wasn't not my fault. It's just the way the video is cut, like where it starts. Like if you saw the full length video, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, that was bad." Like he pulled like. That was just dumb, He said he thought I was letting him over, but I'm like, you were like back here. Like, how would you think I'm letting you over if all traffic was stopped, right? And there's like probably 15 feet in front of me. There's like barely enough room for you to squeeze in there. So I don't know what you were thinking. So.
Oh, well, after driving around in Michigan these last few days, that doesn't matter to people.
Oh,
Dude, it doesn't matter that I'm in a big truck, towing a trailer. I don't need, a car and a half of length to stop.
You just
come on in.
You can stop right away, man.
Yeah,
It's a big deal. The trailer's empty.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
That's for you. That's a parking spot for you.
Yeah.
Our trip down through Chicago, we saw what you saw a lady hit something.
In like some sort of, it was a Hyundai Santa Fe or something, but it was like packed, right? There's 4 lanes and it's Chicago and it's traffic. They're doing construction, so it's got the big metal or concrete barriers and there's like a post with the yellow and black lines on it, like you don't hit this, and it's anchored with like cables, so at an angle, and she's all of a sudden like last minute decides to exit, and she just hits the cable and it launches her car up like this.
What the?
So she ran over a Corvette, went up in the air like this. Then she comes down and there's a concrete barrier on that side. She hits it, boom, and it sends her this way. And then she hits another concrete barrier and then sideways blocks the exit.
Holy
so now it's
crap.
her, all these cars on the exit, all these cars in a line wanting to exit. And I'm like, him and I just drive by like, shit, that sucks.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I was looking down at my phone because I was trying to, do something, and then all I see is a car come down. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Like it was up and then it was down?
Yeah. You don't see a roof line like this often. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was exciting.
So speaking of exciting then, so what is a typical day at Silver Lake, right? Or is it Silver Dunes, or what is it?
Silver Lake Sand Dunes, but like Silver Lake's fine, yeah. Yep.
So what does a typical day out there look like for you?
Usually we go for like the weekend, so we stay at like campground up there, haul a camper up. That's why the tow rig is a big flatbed, so I can take truck and camper.
Oh, okay.
So we can haul them both at once, because we were getting pretty sick of that. So it's like, if you have a camper and a truck, you can only take one at a time, unless you're taking 2 vehicles, and that's just...
Well, I ended up, because I had to say I had a gooseneck, a fifth wheel, and then I would still put a trailer behind that, so I would triple tow.
Yep.
And like, that's cool and all, and I've towed all kinds of shit all over this country, and I'm like, I don't really give a shit, but it's still a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's just a big rig. You know? It's just a huge it's a huge problem.
Yeah.
It could be, you know.
So then I went to an RV.
Fix your mic real quick. I think it's rubbing against them.
I went to an RV this year. Then it's easier to put a trailer behind there and just tow that.
Yep. So that was like our next move was like an RV, like something that had enough power to pull the truck. But I found that, and then it was just like cabin chassis, and then I built the whole bed on it.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah.
That was one I was looking for, like maybe a roll off or like, you know, like a roll back or whatever. So maybe I'll do that, and that'd be kind of cool to have one of those for picking up cars. And
Yep, that'd be sick. Like that's not a roll back, like I would love it to be, but I mean, it's sick. I mean, like just the whole rig is like the dream rig. But it took me a couple of years of hunting and finding stuff. It's hard to find those in 4-doors that aren't like beat up work trucks, you know. So yeah, it's super nice. But typical weekend, Friday night we roll up, camp. Usually, and I mean, if we get there early enough, we'll go out like for sunset on Friday night. But it's just pretty relaxed, you know. It's kind of see what the friends are doing, like try to go out there with them and time everything with all the friends. I mean, really just coordinating with them, like when they're going out, when they're eating dinner, stuff like that. But go up, get the camper unloaded, get the truck off, and put the flag on, air down. So run like probably 10 pounds of pressure in the tires.
Oh, wow, okay.
So yeah, if you ever go to the dunes, air down, or else you'll get stuck immediately. But yeah, so I mean, it's just a nice getaway, you know. Like we talked about buying like a cabin or something up there, property, but we're like, yeah, then we're just maintaining property now.
Yeah.
When we go up there,
that becomes a hassle.
is the campground like right on it basically, or right attached to it, or?
There's like about a half mile away, a mile.
Oh, okay.
So it's like just down the road a little bit. But yeah, there's a handful of campgrounds. I mean, it's a huge tourist destination. So tons of camping up there. I mean, you can like rustic tent camp if you want. Like, I mean, whatever. There's hotels up there, but we're all about the camper life. We had a smaller camper and we upgraded the bigger one. I actually missed the smaller one, but the wife wanted a bigger one because we got a kid. So
Right.
yeah. I mean, it's nice. I'm not hating on it, but yeah. So I mean, really, it's just go up, hang out, kind of do whatever you want. Like it's kind of
just rip around.
Yeah, just rip around. Like I mean, we drive around. There's ice cream. I mean, they got like Craig's Cruisers there, like go-kart tracks and stuff.
Dude,
so
that's got to be your next one, right? If you ever replace the Cyber thing, do like an ice cream truck.
Dude, what, dude? If I roll it, we're gonna be hawking ice creams out the window at people, dude.
Just beaming kids in the not kids, just people in the head with popsicles.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
not kids.
It's gonna have
Grown men.
Yeah, hitting grown men with popsicles. But I'll have the speaker up top playing ice cream music.
Anyways,
that's like the beauty of the dunes. That's a lot why I like drifting too. So like Mid-Michigan Drift Club here, like locally. If it wasn't for them, I would not be drifting at all.
Yeah. So how'd this whole drifting thing come into?
Oh man, so like my buddy Josh, he's kind of like the local drifter in Jackson. So I mean, he's been doing it a long time, and we just kind of know him from just motorsport stuff. We ended up going to a track with him. I went for a ride, and I was like, that is not what I thought it was. I mean, to be quite honest, I just, you know, like I guess like from an outsider perspective, looking in on drifting, like you see like. The graphic out cars, like real JDM, Japanese style looking stuff, you know, it's like really wasn't a big appeal to me. I was like, I mean, the cars are sick, S13s, I mean, all that stuff's super sick, you know, like, but I was just like, I don't know, just seems like not my style. But then when I rode in the car with Josh, I was like, this is 100% my style. This is sick. Like just tandeming with another car, like looking out the passenger door and there's another car 2 feet away from you was like so epic. I was like, all right, I'll only get into drifting if the right thing rolls around. So like it was probably a year and a half or something like that. So Ray runs Mid-Michigan Drift Club out here, and Josh helped him with it. I don't think Josh is as involved as he was, but they started doing a Jackson Speedway here. The first event they did was at Corrigan Speedway, and that's where I rode in the car. But Ray used to own the Z, so I don't know what happened. I just started talking, and Josh was like, hey, Ray's selling that Z. It's a pretty good deal. It's like ready to drift. I was like, great, I don't need another project. I was like, if I could just, doesn't need to be turnkey, but just 90% ready to drift, I'm fine with that. You know, to if I could spend a week on it, I'm cool with that. So Z needed motor mounts. He just was like over it, and so I was like, I'll buy it. So paid $4,000 for that thing and started drifting, and it's awesome. Like I love it. It's like it's fun. Like I think what caught me off guard was the amount of grip that like you feel in the car. So like I think that's what like gave me the addiction, is feeling like the pull in the seat. It's like outside looking in, it looks like you're just sliding around out there. Cars look like they're on a slick track, you know, but it's kind of the opposite. It's like a lot of drift guys are hunting for grip. So like the more grip, the better, because the faster you can go. So feeling the G's in the seat is really like when you're like mid drift and the car's really pulling and you're like plastered into the seat is like a super sick feeling. So yeah, I just started drifting. So it's like probably this will be my 3rd year. So I was drifting the Z for 2 years, 2 seasons. And then, then I started doing this. My goal was to start this the first of the year, but I was a couple months behind. So I'm a little bit behind the ball, but it'll get out this year. So that's the plan. The main goal is LS Fest. Holley's been a real big part of this, helping me out. They've really stepped up and helped out with this build. So
Okay, how have they been helping out?
they just pretty much sponsored the car. So
Okay. Well, tell us about the car a little bit. Obviously, we talked about it in the tour a little bit, but tell us a little bit more about it.
So we call it the 1954 project. It's 1954 Chevy 210. I don't know how it all started. It started off, this was originally a bagged car, but I kind of just lost motivation. It sat over there for probably 3 or 4 years.
Were you the one that initially bagged it?
Yeah, yep. So it was bone stock whenever I got it. And then I put it on S10 chassis, bagged that chassis. And then I just would not finish the car. I'm like, man, to just go cruise around in it wasn't doing it. I'm like, I could just cruise around anything, you know?
Right.
So I just really wasn't motivated. So I was like, started tossing up the idea. I'm like, what if it was a drift car? So then I'm like, I could do it on the S10 chassis, but solid axle, you know? I was like, not really ideal. I mean, it's fine, but I don't know. The S10 chassis just wasn't there for drifting. So my friend Tyson I was like, well, what if I take the subframes off the Z? Like, just started brainstorming. I was like, I could use the subframes and the transmission, put an LS, because I already had the LS for the bag project. So that's been here. And so I'll just started coming together. I'm like, I'll cut apart the S10 chassis, put subframes on it. He's like, why don't you at that point, just build a chassis? I was like, oh, you're right. Because really, what's 2 frame rails of an S10? It's nothing.
Right.
I was like, that's dumb. And I was like, actually, I could sell this chassis as an S10 bag chassis for somebody who wants it. So that's what I did. So sold the chassis and then started throwing money at this thing. So right now it's all custom built. Like I said, it's got the 350Z front subframe, the 350Z rear subframe. It's got an FDF angle kit on it. It's their older kit, but it works fine. CD009, so it's the transmission out of the Z, so 6-speed manual. With the LS.
It'll bolt to the LS, or they probably have like some sort of a swap kit or
adapter kit. Yep.
Okay.
So it's from Injuku Racing. It's got, just your whatever kit. It's you don't have to change the bell housing, which is really nice. So it's just a plate that bolts up to the LS, and then you bolt the transmission to it. Put the clutch in it. It's ready to rip. But yeah. So and then Holley. So I pitched the idea to Holley. So they helped out with Cybertruck a lot.
Oh, really?
Yep. So they hooked up. They give me the pro dashes. All the fuel system is all Holley stuff. So, and their other companies that they own have worked with me on that. So the same thing with this. So I pitched them this idea. They liked it, and so yeah, they've just been really good to work with. It's probably been one of my biggest sponsor deals, really. So I'm like super grateful for them helping out with these projects.
How'd you come across working with them? They just reach out to you, or?
So it was whenever I was Cybertruck build, I was getting ready to just order the Terminator kit. I'm like, I'm just going to just buy it.
Okay, so you're just going to go with them anyway.
Yeah, I was going to go with them anyways. But I was like, do I know anybody that knows anybody at Holley? So I know Darren Parsons out in California. I just sent him a quick text. I was like, hey, I'm going to buy this stuff. Before I buy it, do you know anybody who might be able to help me out with Holley? He's like, hold on a second. So he sends me an email. He's like, he sent them an email. He's like, send me pictures. So he sent them pictures of it. And then that's where it all started. So
that's cool.
He's like, send him an email. He's like, sounds like they're willing to help you out. And I'm like, sweet. So that's what happened. Just called her. I was literally just going to buy it, but I was like, maybe I'll just reach out to somebody first.
Sometimes we're just having, just ask the question, right?
Yeah. Yep. If you don't know, if you don't ask, you don't know.
Right.
So that's exactly what it is. Just asked around real quick before I bought the stuff, and just started happening. It just started clicking. So started working with Alex there at Holley, and it's been awesome. It's like probably one of my the best deals I've had, you know, like seriously, like, and I mean, it's, you know, I mean, you guys are car guys. It's hard, you know, it's hard to get help with builds. So I mean,
they're probably getting 100 emails a day or more, you know, of that same thing. So.
Oh yeah, everybody wants free this. Oh yeah, I'll put your tag in my Instagram, you know, stuff like that. But that's pretty cool that they want to work with you on this project too, though. Yeah. Like a whole nother level like that. Yeah. It's a fun relationship to have.
Yeah, and I like, and somebody was one of my friends. They're like, you just like building weird stuff or like different, or you just can't be normal. I'm like, well, I don't know about that. It's like I just had these 2 cars. Like it's not like I went out of my way and like bought a Z to do this. You know, I just like I had the stuff, so I'm like, I might as well just do this, right?
Yeah.
And like,
how do you make it work?
Yeah, and like the 350Z is sick. Like, and at first I really was like not super pumped with like Zs, just like how they look. But once I like drove a Z, then I really got what like the hype was about. Cause like, I mean, they're really good drift cars. They're just like the best platform, one of the best platforms for it. And then, you know, once I drove, I'm like, this car rips, and it's just like stock with an angle kit. It's kind of crazy, you know. I'm like, this thing hauls ass. It's freaking 300 horsepower stock. It's like 309, which is pretty impressive. A V6 car.
Well, you mentioned in the tour that this is going to be your first turbo car too, right?
Yeah, first turbo car. So we're putting a 67 millimeter turbo on it. So it's kind of small, but it's just to give me some low end boost, you know. So it spools fast. I'm not like super laggy. Mild horsepower for an LS. I mean, everybody I talked to is like, dude, you're only going to try to get 500 out of it? And I'm like, I mean, it might be 550, you know, something around 500. I'm happy with. It's just mainly to keep tires on it as long as possible. And I'm really huge on reliability. Like, big horsepower comes big problems, you know, like really. I mean, all the big horsepower trucks I see at the dunes, like they are getting rebuilt once a year, you know, like stuff's blowing up, transmissions are getting roasted out of them.
Things get to a level where they become not fun.
Exactly, yeah. How much do you want to work on? It's like, well, I want to drive it more. You know, like I enjoy driving them. I do enjoy working on them. I've always been like, crafty, I guess, even when I was a kid, like customizing BMX bikes and stuff, you know, like just building BMX is my roots. So I think old BMX and skate kids kind of naturally transition in the car stuff. So yeah, so the Drifty 4 project's getting close. So waiting on some turbo stuff from BTR.
Are you doing your own turbo kit or headers or anything? Are you?
It's got Holley manifolds on it right now. So it's got turbo manifolds on it. And then I'll do all the tube work and stuff, plumb it all myself and whatever. Probably hood dump it. I really, really wanted to dump the exhaust out of the gas door and then take the spring out of the gas door, so it's like a tractor. So it's like, boom, 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 boom. Like when it's running, it's like flopping, you know. But I'm like, it's like as you get down to like, all right, that could be a next year project. I'm just gonna hood dump it for now, you know, or fender dump it. And just not spend 2 weeks on exhausts, you know? So yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you're a body guy because you're into 2 sports that hate body panels.
Yeah, dude, for sure. That's probably why I gravitate towards this car. And like, I mean, I really don't want to tear up the Cybertruck. Like, I mean, gosh, if I roll that thing, I'm going to be so bummed, you know, and that'll probably just go Bronco body, to tell you the truth. So it'll probably be the end of it.
No ice cream man?
Oh, yeah, ice cream truck I meant. Yeah, Bronco ice cream truck. Yeah. That's what we'll do.
Or like a Snap-on truck or something.
Oh, that's a good idea,
Like a box van,
I'll throw Harbor Freight tools out of it just to confuse people.
Why not? Harbor Freight already is like compared to Snap-on, compared to Snap-on.
Right?
Yeah.
There's so many fun ideas you could do with it. Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's like themes, like, you know, like for anything, like, you know, if you look at like drift cars, like some of them have themes and all that same thing. Is this gonna stay like this, color-wise and all that?
Yep, that's the beauty of it.
I like this look. Yep. It's sick.
Yep, it's the whole big reason why I did it, because one, it's a really clean car, and I really hate to beat this up. So like, I'm in these like sports that just beat up cars. It's like I don't want to beat these cars up, you know, because things. But I am also aware of the risk. You know, if I go back it into a wall, it is what it is.
Well, that's the name of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, so I
don't know if I've actually seen like a 210, I guess, before. Like I've seen cars like this, but I kind of like the way this thing looks. As much as I hate Chevys, it's almost got like a front lip on it already.
It's got the air dam already, pretty much. Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's a good looking car. I mean, I think, you know, these were like kind of non-desirable Chevys, because it was
Yeah.
like 53, 54, then 55, 56, 57s. Those were like the big. So there was a period where nobody cared about these really. These were just kind of whatever.
Yeah.
Cheap cars, really.
Right.
And I got it probably, I've had this longer than the Prerunner, so I've probably had this like 15 years, something like that. Been hauling it around from Colorado to here. But I traded, like I said, I traded a really nice Chevy Cavalier for it. But this was like non-running in a guy's backyard. And when he signed the titles, like this car is like nice, like custom paint. Like, I couldn't sell this car for the life of me. Like it was a low mileage, like 60,000 miles on this car. I bought it from Brand. I was the only owner. Pimped it all out, wheels, TV screens, sound systems, interior work.
It was a real like pimp my ride type situation.
Yeah, it was like it was classy.
Yeah.
Like it was like a Fast Furious car, but not like crazy graphics. Just a real sleek looking car, But the kid, like once we signed the titles, like we loaded this on my trailer, drug it out of his backyard, signed the title. He ran, like literally ran once he got the title because he was afraid he was going to change my mind to the car. Because he thought he was like ripping me off so hard. So that has been my like personal mission in life, is to drive this car one day and be like, haha, Cavalier guy. This thing's way sicker, dude.
2 decades later,
Yep,
we're like,
yep.
yeah, I got you.
Dude, it's that
He's got like a
spite in me.
minivan and kids now.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't give a
The
shit.
Cavalier's in a scrapyard somewhere. Dude, it's like, for sure. It's like, I'm like, please. Like, I just want to drive this car. It's going to be a big deal for me driving this car. Personal deal.
So then how do you choose which car are you going to take to grid life?
Well, so truck can go on the decks. See,
So you're going to take both.
This is where the whole camper thing comes into a problem here. So I'll just load this on the flatbed trailer behind it. So truck on truck, car on trailer, and then that whole rig will go, and then I guess we're staying at a hotel. So
Fair enough.
yeah. Hopefully Grid Life will let me drive this thing. I know there's drifting, coming to the drifting community is a little different than like the Prerunner community, because you kind of have to get accepted into events. So like, I just can't sign up for Grid Life and go drive. You know what I'm
fair
saying?
enough.
So it's like, rightfully so, because they can't, that's a fast paced track. I think the first corner is like almost 100 miles an hour sideways. So it's like, you can't just have guys sign up for it without
Even to run their like road course stuff, they're very. First of all, I think there's a list, and then you almost have to know somebody before you can get into it. So yeah, it's kind of exclusive.
Yeah, and that's like, obviously I'm not going to be there this year, but hopefully next year I'll have enough time in the seat of this thing and really like figure it out. To hopefully next year I can get in a Grid Life, because it'd be so sick to take this thing out on track.
Where are you going to go test this thing?
Probably Jackson. So we kind of have an open door there. I know just from knowing Josh, they're like, if you ever need a test or something, I'll run it out there real quick.
How far is that from here?
Like 20 minutes.
Okay.
So it's not bad.
So again, not from here. So what is that? Is that like a pad or a drag
Jackson
strip?
Speedway is unique because it used to be, so they got a circle track where they used to race like mini sprints.
Yep.
It's concrete layer underneath, but it was dirt. So they scraped the dirt off of it, and then off to the side of that, they had a go-kart track where they ran like high-speed gas-powered go-karts. Well, they sold those years ago. And Josh and Ray had the idea. They're like, what if we drifted on that? It's like a tight track. It's like kind of a really technical track. But this is their 3rd year there. And so they've done a lot of work. So it's a go-kart track, essentially.
Okay.
And so it's a concrete go-kart track that was pretty narrow. And then basically Ray just takes any money they make and puts it back into the facility. So he's added a bunch of concrete to the outside of the turns to make it better for drifting and stuff. So, I actually just took the skid steer out there and helped him a few weeks ago clean up the track. So, yeah, I like being a part of it. It's like, the drifting, I feel like at home in the drifting community, because it's a lot of like BMX kids, skate kids.
Yeah.
Like that's who I grew up. I was a BMX kid growing up. So it's a lot of the same personality types, It's like, I don't know, it's just a good vibe. Like I like being in the drift scene. So.
I think that's what US Air used to be a go-kart track as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
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 So Jackson Speedway is just an old go-kart track that they started drifting at. And honestly, if they didn't do that, I wouldn't travel any farther to do it. So, now I would with this car, but I would have never got into it with having the Prerunner. I would have never what's nice is I could have when we're not up at the dunes, it's like, oh, there's an event. I'm just going to run over there real quick. drive the car over, do some hot laps, come home. You know, it's awesome. It's great. So, yeah, if those guys weren't doing that, I probably wouldn't be drifting. So, thank you, Mid-Michigan Drift Club. I appreciate you.
Where does the YouTube thing come into this?
Oh,
Why do it? Because some guys just like to hunker down and work on their own stuff. You know, the documenting, it's a job in itself.
Yeah. Yeah, YouTube's hard, dude. YouTube's really hard. It's super hard. Where did it? I think, I guess it would, I've always been into like filming stuff, I guess, now that I think about it. Like when I was riding mountain bikes, I was always the guy with the camera. I'm like, yeah, I just want to videotape it too. It's sick, you know, we're doing big stuff. So, yeah, I guess I've always really been into like video and stuff. I guess even when I was a kid, I'd mess with my mom's camcorder and stuff, filming like BMX videos in the backyard and whatever, you know. Yeah, I think just filming it. I think
So just a natural progression.
Just kind of happened. I mean, I did some like snowmobile videos out in Colorado. So like if you go way deep on the YouTube channel, there's like some Colorado snowmobiling videos and some dirt bike videos. Just happened. I mean, I guess I never really thought about that.
So you just do it just for the heck of it.
Just for the heck of it. Yeah, just
awesome.
really just cause. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think every YouTuber has a dream of like
being
huge and it's your full-time gig. I mean, really, it's like I can't imagine a better job, really. I mean, it's the best job. You can do exactly what you want and get paid for it. It's like, what a time to be alive. Seriously. It's like, I mean, YouTube, it's just fun. And I really enjoy editing too. So like,
what do you edit on? I'm just curious.
A Premiere Pro.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just kind of figure this stuff out, you know, like hours of YouTubing how to do stuff in Premiere, you know?
Yeah. You're a tinkerer.
Yeah, I just like mess around with stuff. So like, and honestly, like a lot translated from Premiere to Fusion 360. Like a lot of keyboard shortcuts and stuff are similar. And it's like kind of once you wrap your mind around like how they program a program, like, okay, so you get like deep into Premiere. Okay, well, you can kind of use the same mindset. Okay, well, if you were going to do this on a piece of metal, how would you do that on a computer? Like, you know, I don't know. Just like, I think a lot of it just cross references, which may be why I picked up on CAD a little quick, I feel. But yeah. Yeah, YouTube just was a natural thing. I don't know. I really wanted, so whenever I started really filming like pre-runners, at the time, a lot of like off-road videos were just like of the trucks. And so I was like, dude, it'd be sick to like know the people. I think people want to know like, okay, like if you go down to some of the first pre-runner videos I did, it was like I'd sit down and do like a quick interview, and then we'd just go film the truck. So I'd be like, all right, where do you work? What do you do? Tell me about the truck, what motor's in it, just real fast. That could be probably a minute to 2 minutes of just a quick interview with the owner of the truck. And then we go rip, and then I would just film it. And I was like, I feel like people want to know the people of the trucks too. So that's kind of really what stemmed the pre-runner filming. And then that kind of really got difficult, filming people and then the trucks, right? And then it kind of turned into more vloggy stuff, like just kind of our weekend up there. And then trying to incorporate some of that stuff too. So, I mean, at this point, I'm just doing whatever. I'm just filming cool stuff, I guess, you know? It's my mission. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it blows up and I have 1 million subscribers. So.
I mean, you never know. After like Jackass and the CKY or all that stuff those guys did, you never know what. All of a sudden you get a call from MTV. Be like, hey, you're doing crazy shit on video. Yeah,
you never know. And like, there's not a lot of video of like the film that we're getting. So like to be able to film at the dunes is like kind of hard.
Yeah.
So like like at a track you can just show up kind of with a camera and stand around and get cool shots. With the dunes you gotta pay to get in. Like you gotta have a vehicle capable of going on sand dunes. 2, you're never gonna like for some of the side by side shots like of us mobbing with like the Osmos and stuff. It's like you have to have an equal capable truck to film another fast pre-runner. So like you got to have a gnarly truck to film that truck go in its natural habitat. So there's not, I think on like the Dow channel, there's not a lot of videos like that. Like where you're seeing like trucks just full rip being paced, you know, like kind of rollers, really, like roller shots.
Yeah.
Gnarly roller shots, you know.
So, okay. So then there's tiers to basically the whole pre-runner world as well, right? Like again, all I know about pre-runners is what I've seen on racingjunk.com, right? Like that's as far as my knowledge goes.
Sure.
So kind of break it down. Like, what is there? Is yours like a specific type or?
I would say that there's just like levels of pre-runners. So like a mild build. So you got like mild, mid, and then like long travel, right? So like your mild build is going to be like Deaver leaf springs. So still leaf spring rear end with like maybe a small bed cage and like triple bypass shock in the rear, like a 16-inch shock. And then the front. So a big reason why people like Ford Rangers, because they come, like the older ones come with like TTB, like twin traction beam stuff up front. And that's really, so where you run into problems like building like a mild build is your front upper or your front A-arms are only so long, right? And then you start getting really long. So like really you just need a longer pivot point for more travel. So with twin traction beam or like I-beam Ford stuff, I was looking at thinking that was my truck. Your beam goes and crosses to the other side of the frame rail. So like let's say you got your frame rail here, you got your passenger side wheel coming all the way over to the driver's side of the chassis, which allows a lot of travel without having to push a control arm way out or center mounting. So like center mount would be a very expensive process because you got to move your whole engine back and then build a bulkhead up front to get just your longer arms. So really it just comes down to how long your arms are for travel length. So like a mid build would be just like a kit you would buy, a little bit longer A-arm or whatever, or if it's a beam Ranger, you could do like some extended beams, some unequal length beams would be pretty mild. Then you start stepping up to equal length beams. They're the same length on each side, but they're really wide, so you can get more travel. Then you need like a big engine cage to accommodate for bigger shocks. So now you're starting to get into like mid travel stuff, and then long travel stuff is 4-link rear end, center mount, or full size beams. So the beams are like kind of cheap travel. So they're the cheaper route for getting big suspension numbers up front.
Okay.
So yeah, Rangers, F-150s, Broncos, all that have the I-beam.
Yep, anything with like, so you can get, a real common modification to like get your pre-runner started is to find something with beams on it, and then you can cut them and extend them. And then brace them all up so you can work with factory beams like kingpin beams, and then get some pretty good numbers out of that. So like you could, and that's why they're so popular, is because they come factory with the beams, you know.
Okay.
And then you can modify those to make them work, or just go full out and buy a custom built set like what's on the Ranger, Cyberrunner now. So.
What kind of speeds can you get up to out at the dunes?
I think the fastest I've gone is like 89. So that's like down, like there's an exit. So they call it exit roads. So if you're going over the dunes, the directional, you can go left to exit the dunes, or you can go right to go back towards the beach. And that's kind of like the big kind of downhill long straightaway. That's probably the longest straightaway you can get out there. And I've been like 80, I think 89 was my top speed.
Which is intense.
That's fast. Yeah, that's really fast. Like, I mean, we're going over whoops that are, 2 foot tall, so just like, and you get to a speed where you just like scoot over the top of them, which is like, it's pretty sick. But yeah, I mean, I think we go out, I kind of look at like Silver Lake like a skate park. So like very BMX oriented. So what we usually do is we'll go out and we'll find like a line that we like that's like fun. Maybe it's got a couple jumps or something in it. Or we'll session a spot. So if we find a jump, we'll like session to jump for a little while. So it's like we kind of like treat it really like a big skate park. So it's like, because it is kind of small for sand dunes. I mean, it's nothing like Glamis. It's nothing like Oklahoma. Right. Acre wise, it's really pretty small. So finding a track that you could like go really fast around, like kind of push the limits is what we do. And then, or session like a jump or something.
Right.
Just find something to dink around on. Then we'll go exploring, and just kind of putt around, do our thing,
Where else in the country have you taken it? Have you gone anywhere else?
So a big bucket list trip is like Glamis. So I have this extravagant kind of tour that I would want to do. And it always came down to like tow rig. So I had like a old 7.3 F350. It's got like 300,000 miles on it, 2,000. And I was always like, there's no way I can take this out west and break down in this thing. Haul in the truck. I was like, this would just be a nightmare to like have problems with. So I've never gone out west with it. And so last year I got the tow rig and I was like, this is our rig. I was like, now we can finally go like out west. So my bucket list trip would be to go to Glamis for Thanksgiving.
And where's that at again?
California.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in California. Yeah. I was like thinking maybe it was in Nevada or something, but yeah. So go hit up Glamis for Thanksgiving because it's a huge part. It's a huge deal. It's like, it's awesome out there. Leave the truck out there for a couple weeks. Fly back. Hit up SEMA. So take the truck to SEMA, and then from SEMA, it's a couple weeks after that. Do like Rage of the River race. So that's like my kind of big dream tour would be to do something like that.
And where's that race at?
It's like Laughlin, Nevada. So it's like south of Vegas. I think it's like 45 minutes or something like that.
And is that something that you would have to like work towards? It sounds like something you can just sign up for.
I could sign up for it, but it's just a lot of money. So it's just really funding. Like, the race I think is fairly cheap to enter, but we're talking like fuel. I need to have a couple friends come out to pit.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's a big process to race. Like going to Glamis is one thing, going to SEMA is one thing, but to schedule a race is like a whole nother thing.
And I'm just curious, like if you wanted that sort of thing to happen, like what's it cost? Any idea?
I think
spreadsheet?
If I just wanted to go out and do the race, fuel in the tow rig out there is going to probably be $3,500, something like that. And then, probably like safe, like 10 grand.
Yeah,
10, 15 grand would be a good, what's good about that race is a 2-day race. So they held first day, and then if you break, then you got the night to fix your truck.
Yeah.
So I would want to have some money to like, my transmission's blown up. Actually, I have a spare transmission, so I'd have that. I'd take that with me. Just have some extra money in case something blows up on the truck, like a rear end.
Right.
I got some funds to like
consumables.
Yeah, to fix the truck.
What's the format of the race?
So it's just like a time race. So if you go out, it's like, say we signed up for the race. So I think, I guess I've really never looked too much into like how the race structure works. I'm like, I'll figure it out once it comes time. But I think it's like for a 2-day race, they'll take your combined time and add it together.
Gotcha.
So if you run, I think you do a certain amount of laps. You do.
Okay.
I know like the Mint is 4 laps. I don't know how much it is for Rage of the River. I don't know. I looked into this like last year. Yeah.
I know how it goes.
Yeah. You do a few laps and you get timed, and then next day they time you again.
Yeah.
And then combined time, they declare a winner.
That's a cool bucket list item, man.
It's pretty sick. Yeah. It's like
we'll get you there.
It'd be awesome. It'd be great. It'd be so sick.
What does that thing run for trans, by the way?
C4. So.
Okay, I was gonna ask, is the rest of the drivetrain also other than your I-beams and all that stuff, or is it C4?
Yep. So it's C4 trans. Then to a 9-inch. It's based off a 9-inch, but it's a fully like custom built housing. It's like 35 spline axles in the rear, full floaters. So like it's nice because you can take the axle out just by popping the cap off. So you take the cap off, you can pull an axle out without taking the wheel off, which is great. It's got 2.5-inch BMS Blitzkrieg hubs, which is like huge hubs. There's like massive hubs. And actually, the front hub is still on there from whenever I wrecked. Like I fully jumped sideways onto that hub, and it bent all suspension back, and the hub survived. It's like kind of incredible. Like, what the heck, dude? That's gnarly. But so pretty much all Ford driveline. Pretty much the only thing that I would say is still there from the Ranger is the frame rails. So the frame rails are still there. And then the cage is all built around that. Some of the door components is Ranger, door jamb stuff, but other than that.
And they don't want them. You don't run them in 4-wheel drive, or do some of them? Or?
Some do run 4-wheel drive, but it's more moving parts that could break.
Right.
So my buddy.
Once you start messing with the beams and stuff in the front, I suppose that gets to be.
Gets a little tricky. It kind of limits you on travel a little bit because your CV joints or whatever can only move so much before you got to like strap it before it starts tearing up joints and stuff in the front end. So But my buddy Jamie did it. So he was 2-wheel drive Ranger stock. I think it's a 3-liter. But he went all 4-wheel drive, the Dana 44 stuff up front. So, and it's sick. I mean, he did break some stuff like right out of the gate, and he got fixed, and it seems like he's got it dialed pretty good. So it's fun seeing it like rip, because he can just like, at the dunes, I got to keep up momentum. Like I can't stop at the bottom of a hill and then go up it. So where he can just be like, cruise right up stuff. I'm like, that's pretty sweet, you know?
Yeah.
And then like we do some like trail trips. So we'll go like hit up some trails up north, and 4-wheel drive's awesome out there for that. So, I mean, 2-wheel drive's great, but I got to keep my momentum up.
Yeah. So you'll go like up to the UP and ride there too, or?
We haven't been to the UP, but we've been to St. Helen twice.
Okay.
Just mobbing around the trails. And honestly, the truck's quite uncomfortable on trails because it's just all chatter bumps. So like when you ride in that, like if you listen to the videos, you'll hear like the rattling, the like click, 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 click.
Yeah.
It's like the shocks rattling. So like when you're on chatter, it doesn't really absorb the chatter. It's like kind of being almost as a stock truck. I mean, it absorbs some of the big bumps, but like as far as chatter, the truck's still like, so really doesn't, it's really not the most fun thing to be in.
Like
Especially
washboardy stuff is.
it's not, it's horrible. Yeah. It's like, it's in it. And then on top of the vibrating, the shaking, you got the shocks like click, 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 click. And it's like they're all connected to the roll cage. So it's just like ringing throughout the cage in the truck, you know?
This all sounds so fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's sweet. Like, don't get me wrong. That's a good time. But after about 3 hours, you're like, all right, this is uncomfortable. Where I could take my stock Explorer and at least it's quiet.
Yeah.
You know, it's still bumpy, but it's like not rattling
Right.
in your ear the whole time. So, yeah.
So what's next for you then? What's the next year or two? Is it just wrapping this up pretty much, or?
Yeah, I mean, just doing trips, and then big goals to get this out the LS Fest in Bowling Green this year, just to kind of have it out there for Holley and show them what they helped build. I mean, I want it done way before then, but that's my heart. Like, if it's not done by then, it has to be done by then. But yeah, just getting this thing figured out, get some test hits on it, and have some fun with this. I mean, it's a multi-purpose car, so I mean, I can drive it on the road, do burnout competitions with it. I mean, just doing burnouts just sideways all day anyway, so it's like essentially a burnout car.
Right.
When is LS Fest anyway?
I think it's September. Yep.
Is it
It's
that
like
one
early
instead?
September.
Okay.
And then I took the truck out to Ford Fest, which was super cool, but it was like monsoon season. Like it rained the whole time. I couldn't even go on the track.
All right.
Aw.
Yeah, all I did was
That sucks.
I did the autocross in it, which was fun.
Yeah.
Like,
You can get what, three-wheel with that thing or whatever too?
oh yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I took the coils out of it and put like PVCs, and I took it drifting. I went to Wasso. I took it to one of the drift events. So I basically just lowered the truck down onto the bump stops. So it was like just pretty much stiff, and it drifted really good. It was awesome. It was pretty sweet. It was a fun time. Yeah, there's a video of that on the YouTube channel too, so check that out. Yeah, but if you don't lower it, then 3 wheels. Like it starts to like wanting to roll, and then it'll pick the left front wheel up or the right front wheel up as you're turning. It's kind of crazy. Like everybody's like, we're gonna roll. Like I took Josh for a ride in it. He's like freaking out the whole time because it is pretty trippy. I mean, you can, and like a lot of trucks run sway bars. I just think it's more fun without sway bar. It's faster with a sway bar, like if you're going for corner speed. But I ain't racing nobody. Like if I go out west, I'll throw a sway bar on it. You know, if I go run the race, I'll throw it on there. But I don't know. I've just been driving for so long without a sway bar.
What's the furthest you've jumped or the highest you jumped? Have you ever really done the math on it? Or?
I've done it, yeah.
I've seen some photos.
There's some. Probably the biggest jump was a few years ago when the truck was gray and teal. So it was like my paint job before Dixie Cup.
Okay.
So it's had a couple iterations. So it was like gray truck, then I wadded it up, then it went gray and teal, then Dixie Cup, now Cybertruck. So before Dixie Cup, there's just a huge jump off last hill at the dunes, kind of like this big step down. So it's like the hill was kind of like this, kind of eased down and dropped off.
Okay.
And it was like, we eyeballed it, and I was like, dude, I think I can get to like that knuckle if I'm like full pin at this thing. And I was like, all right, let's just do it. And it was way too busy. So we always jump. So like a lot in the videos, it comes across as like we're kind of reckless out there. It probably looks like, but we're like we're actually really safe. So like any jump, it's like I'll never hit a jump without a spotter. If I don't have my personal friend on top of that hill to like wave me over it to make sure nobody's on the backside of it, I like just don't jump it, you know? So for that jump we had, I mean, all my friends were at the top. So I had a couple spotters, and then I had one specific spotter spotting me for the exit road, because it was like jumping into like exit lane out of the dunes.
Some runoff.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to land this, and I'm going to be hauling ass, and I'm going to have to go into this exit road. And so I had 2 or 3 normal spotters just for the backside of the jump, and then I had one. So as I was coming up to it, I'm like lining up and then glancing at them just right before I'm ready to take off. But distance-wise, I was probably like 15 foot off the ground, and it was probably like 100 and it's hard to say because it's downhill. So it's probably like 120 or 130 to like the landing from the lip, sick. Which was huge.
Yeah.
That was the biggest one. And then Tyson probably has like the king of jumps. It's actually in the intro of all my videos. It's like a quick clip in the very intro of him just like freaking bootering it with like the sunset behind it. It's so sick. It's like, that's like probably the legend jump out there is, I mean, I want to take that jump down one day. So I'm still looking for that jump. Tyson.
How does the land, because again, like the only thing I've ever jumped is like my GTI off, like I'm surprised there was no damage, right? Like it's like a pothole on L94. What's the feel to land something like that?
I wish the property wasn't super muddy, because I'll just take you guys for a ride, because there's like jumps over there. But it's, I can't explain it. I mean, it's just like, I think what really gets people, if I were to explain it, is coming up to the jump, right? You're visiting a jump, and then we're going like, imagine going 45 or 50 miles an hour down the road. And then there's a trailer in front of you, like Grand Theft Auto style.
Okay.
All right. So like, that's like kind of the feeling you get. You're like, it sounds fun. And then once you start getting close to the jump, you're like, oh no, like I regret this. Yeah. Like you kind of like reality hits you. And then as you're going up the jump, you kind of just don't see anything, because I mean, you got your whole hood blocking it. I mean, you have this whole invisible thing in front of you, your truck, and then you just kind of see the sky. And then like you're like, and if you're doing a real big jump, you're like looking out the corner of the windows, like your window over here, to kind of spot to see if you're going to make the landing, and to kind of gauge if the truck's tipping or not. Mm-hmm. So like if the truck's tipping, let's say to the right, you want to turn your wheel to the right so that when you land, the wheels hit and pull the truck back out from under you. You don't want to turn. You could, I mean, if you're tipping to the right, you turn your wheels right, so then when you land, it sucks the truck back under you. And then you're going to have to figure it out quick after that. But at least if you're turning the opposite way, the truck's going to pull the bottom out from under you. So there's a couple things you can do if the truck starts to tip, but that's like my fear is tipping. Like I don't want to tip. I want it to be nice and straight. If it's nice and straight, then I'm just kind of spotting my landing, see if I'm going to case it or whatever I'm doing. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
What was what did it feel the first time you jumped your truck out there?
Freaking crazy. So so when you land, it's like just so smooth. Like it's just like an endless cushion of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it feels bottomless. So like it just is like whoosh, and then like if you hit real hard and you feel like hit the bumps, then it stiffens up real quick.
Right.
And then you hear like thuds once the bump stops bottom out.
Okay.
So it's like, but like, I wish I could take you for a ride. It's like you can't explain it. I'll take you for a ride in it.
Yeah. Bottomless, just like that fish buffet you told me about.
Yeah. Gross.
He meant seafood buffet, not fish buffet. I don't know why, but fish buffet sounds way worse.
Yeah. Dude, a fish buffet is nasty.
Yeah, but seafood buffet sounds badass, right?
Yeah, what I mean, what bougie motherfuckers want to call it.
He doesn't eat fish, fish, seafood, shrimp, nothing. He doesn't fuck with it.
Dude, I'm down for that. Yeah, that sounds super
all the
gross.
trout you can eat.
There's just a bowl of tuna out.
A bowl of tuna's crazy.
Super nasty, bro. Maybe if it has relish and mayonnaise in it, I'll mess with it.
Yeah, right?
This is a high production.
If there's not a couple shrimp and crab legs, then it's weird.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. It's just, I mean...
I'm excited. Like, this is one of those things like I've always kind of like wanted just to, like... That's why we do this podcast, man. Just get exposed to the crazy stuff out there, you know?
I really, like, one of my favorite things is taking people for rides, because it's just... I mean, how do you explain, running 8 seconds on the drag strip? It's really fast. You feel like this.
Dude, until you feel that G-force, it's something.
Yeah, it's like the same thing in the truck. Like when you feel, it's a lot like a roller coaster. Like you get that 0 G, you're like weightless, and you get like that drop in your stomach.
Yeah.
And then your natural instinct, if you've never been in the truck before, is to like brace. You're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Because you're so used to like how a regular car feels. It's just your natural instinct to like.
Well, I'm a land mammal, right?
Yeah. We live on land.
Okay, that shit's for the birds, bro.
Do you ever have to like maybe hit your brakes? Does any of that bring?
Doesn't matter. The trucks are so heavy.
Like a dirt bike or anything?
No. I mean, you could do it, but like to find a jump that big to where it's going to matter is like that's a big jump, But I have the handbrake in the truck, and I have like experimented like in the air off smaller jumps, and like you feel like a little twitch in the truck, like you feel a bump.
Okay.
But it's not gonna save you. Like you're along for the ride. Whatever it's gonna do is what it's gonna do. That's why like scoping out the jump is real important. Like if you can take a test hit off of it, like a lob, just to see like what it's gonna do. If it's gonna throw you. If you're going at it and it's going to throw you like to the right like this, you can change your angle up and hit it like that, or vice versa. If it's going to pitch the truck one way, you can just change the direction you hit it to compensate for what it's going to do.
Is it pretty rough? Have you ever flat landed it?
Yeah. So if you watch the Dirt Fest video, there's at the jump contest is a 100%, probably 15 feet off the deck to freaking flat, and it's a hard hit. Like we're like, oh, this is gonna suck. But our backs didn't hurt.
Okay.
I mean, we walked away. We're fine. But it's like a good freaking, it's a smash
You
into
feel
the ground. Yeah, you're hitting the ground. But it's kind of, that particular jump, I bent the right beam, and I bent all 4 wheels. So, Raceline sent me new wheels. So they were brand new wheels already. They were on the truck for like 2 months, and then I did that. But I was, on their defense, I was running really low pressure. So if I was running a higher air pressure, it would have been totally fine. But it basically just squished the tires to nothing, and I landed on the rims.
How low were you running?
I think it was like 13 or 14 psi.
Okay, and you would want to be at.
I'd probably like 30 do something like a big.
That's a little more shock out of it.
If I'm planning on flat landing, I'm going like 30 psi. And I'm putting a bunch of compression into the shocks, and I'm going to put my bump stops. I usually run them with like 200 psi. I'll go to like 250. Just stiffen the whole thing up, you know. But there, we're doing time trials, so it's kind of a race. So I'm hunting for traction, which is why my tire pressure is lower.
Gotcha.
So that's why. And then also after the race, we're doing a long jump contest. So I just didn't fill up tires. You know what I'm saying? I just sent that thing. And it was like I helped run the event too. So I'm hosting a lot of like the go-kart races and the pit bike races and stuff.
A lot going on then.
There's a lot going on. So I just it was like a mad scramble. I'm like, the jump contest is going. I show up late, and I'm like, let's just send it. So, yeah. So that was probably the only time I've really damaged a truck, like jumping it.
Yeah.
And
okay.
It's a pretty big jump. It's a big one. But it's impressive that we're totally fine. So it's like, the truck did its job really well. So.
Well, shoot, on that note, man, should we, sorry, it's 11 p.m., I think. Do you want to pop the usual 3?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so at the end of every episode, we like to ask our guests to pick 3 cars.
Okay.
I need a track car, a daily driver, and a show car. You have an unlimited budget, build whatever you want, swap whatever you want.
Track car, unlimited budget. Like road race car or like...
Well, track is whatever you can envision. It's a drift track, a drag track,
whatever you want,
road course, a friggin' Prerunner track, whatever you want.
A railroad track and your choo-choo trains, whatever you want.
Okay, so track car would probably be like just full spec trophy truck. $1 million build. If we're doing it, let's do it big, baby. Let's go race.
Anyone come to mind?
Probably, gosh, who knows? Brenthal truck. Whatever, Geyser truck, any trophy truck. I'm not going to be a beggar at that point. if we're doing this. So track car would be full build trophy truck, spec. To the T, whatever, most expensive thing, whatever it is.
Yeah, more bigger.
Then you said so that's my race or that's my track car. Then what'd you say?
Daily driver and a show car.
Daily driver. Ooh, I would say, man, I would probably say like, is an R8 a daily driver?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Anything can be a
I
daily
would probably
driver.
go R8. Yeah, Audi R8 daily driver.
New generation or like you want the Iron Man one or the newer ones?
Probably one of the Iron Man ones, like the older gen, like first gens.
Do you want a manual or?
Manual, for sure, dude. 100%.
Got to feel it out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I got the A4. That's the only reason why I got that thing.
Oh, you got an A4
yeah,
as well? Sweet,
yep,
okay.
Yep. And then show car. Dude, I'm going to go with I got the 68 Caddy out there. I think that thing bagged, some mob steel wheels, convertible,
Yeah.
some candy paint. I mean, just a low cruiser, man. I think
Mine
I'd be
was a
sick.
69 Continental, so not much different.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm torn because I had a 66 Continental, and that was the one car I regret selling. I've had a few other cars, like Oldsmobiles and stuff, I've sold.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm like, oh, man. 66, Lincoln Continental, suicide doors.
Yep.
Thing was so awesome.
Was it convertible too or hard top?
Not hard top, but I
Okay.
prefer the hard tops. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yep.
See, if
I
I'm
like
going to
the hard
have
top.
that, it's just for cruising. Like, I want the convertible. You want
Yep.
to haul the kids to go get ice cream.
Hand
and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get 6
Yeah.
people in there comfortably.
Okay.
Not that you can't in the hard top, but yeah.
Maybe I'll change my mind to. I think that would probably be my cruiser, but I have the 68 Caddy already, so I'm totally cool with that too.
Which one are you locking in?
Oh, I gotta lock in.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And it's okay. We'll have you on a second time. So.
ooh, okay. We'll go Continental. We'll go
Yeah.
bagged Continental hard top. If I'm not taking care of it, I'll take black, dude. If I'm like super money guy and I got somebody detailing that thing, I'll run a
you go
black
clean it for
Continental.
me.
Yeah, dude. I mean, perfect body work. I don't want to do it, but I appreciate it. Like just laser straight
Yeah.
car. I mean, just to the T. I mean, fresh chrome. Be sick, dude. That'd be awesome.
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
just wait till your kid, and I don't know if you're planning on having more, get it older.
It's the last one.
Oh,
This is it.
okay. Like, I haven't had to clean a wheel in a long time. It's
Ooh,
like, yeah.
you're on to something.
Yeah, no, they love going to car shows and stuff. So I'm like, I'm busy getting ready, and so I was like, hey, my oldest for sure, like she'll pull a car out of
Yeah.
the garage, she'll start washing it, and then like the kids love to help, so they're in the rag, their little hands.
Oh,
man.
yeah, oh,
That-
yeah.
man, yeah, that
Yeah.
child labor.
They got little hands. They can fit in holes like that. That's
Yeah,
perfect. They
exactly.
can get all up in there. That's what I'm talking about.
Throw it
He's
over the
thinking
ground.
now. He's
Yeah.
like,
Well,
she's like, honey.
Well, she's already shown some natural abilities. She loves the water bottle.
Okay.
And she'll grab the little brush over there and just like wash
Yeah.
on cars. I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. That's a good idea. She does it like already, but I've never thought of like, yeah, this is fun. Like,
Yeah,
teach her,
right,
like, this
yeah.
is really fun. Just clean this wheel. Yeah.
It's a team effort.
Yeah. But I think she's going to be in the cars. I hope she is. I hope she's.
Yeah, dude, being around the crazy
Yeah.
shit you do, yeah,
I hope
that,
she's-
that won't be a challenge.
Yeah, and it's like somebody said it like whenever I was like mid grind in the middle of Cybertruck build, somebody was like, I was like kind of going through this phase where I was like feeling guilty a little bit. I'm like, man, I'm putting so much time into this, and then somebody's like, don't build it for yourself, build it for your daughter, and I'm like, that actually is really awesome to think about. It's like, I'm not building this for me. I'm really just building it for her.
Yeah.
You know, it's like she can have this stuff. It's like.
We
It
gotta
makes
do
it-
You're
it.
only, you're only 5-6 years away from like she's super excited. You know,
I know.
Well, you're not even probably sooner than that, but like
Yeah.
now she's gonna be soon starting thinking about I might drive this someday.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
hope so. I hope that like fuels a little bit of a. I mean, because I looked up to my dad. You know, it's like why I painted cars. You know, that's why I got into it. Because I was like, dude, I thought painting cars was so sick. I was like, I can paint whatever I want on it. You know.
Well, that's exactly what it is. It's like
Yeah.
if you show kids that, oh, you can make anything,
Yeah.
like that's kind of a cool thing.
That's what I always tell kids. I was like if kids are coming up checking out the Cybertruck, I'm like, look, man, if you can't afford it, you can build it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, YouTube's out there. I've learned how to TIG weld from YouTube. I've learned how to use a plasma table from YouTube. I was like, you just need to have a little bit of ambition and a little bit of willpower and discipline, and you can do it. Like just, you got to see it through no matter how long it takes, you know? I was like, trust me, I had a ton of bail sessions on that stupid truck. I'm like, this is so dumb. Why am I doing this to myself? But I mean, the truck's sick. I mean, kids love it. I love the kids love it.
Yeah.
Dude, all the kiddos come up and check that thing out. So.
And the fact that you built it yourself too. That's the cool part.
Yeah, and like the weird compliment is like when people think it's a real Cybertruck that I modified. Like a lot of people are like, is that a real Cybertruck? I'm like, that's a weird compliment. But no. Because I did a good job on it.
Is that high quality for you or low quality for Tesla? Which one is it?
Yeah, right, yeah. And I'm like, nope, Tesla never made a 2-door Cybertruck. So
Yeah.
people
Next
are like,
time, just shoot the windows. Let's see if they break or not.
yeah, don't do that. If you see my truck, don't vandalize it. It's not real. It has nothing to do with Elon. It's not bulletproof. Don't shoot it.
On that note, where can people find you?
Lukey Dude on Instagram, LUKIE_dude. The Dialed channel on YouTube, and then Luke Allen on Facebook.
Sweet. Dan?
Yeah.
Gunna Garage or Mr. Gunna Garage on Facebook.
Cool.
I'm not going through all the extra stuff. I'm tired.
And on that note, thank you very much for making this happen, man. I'm glad we were able to get together, do this. Dan, thanks for existing, and we'll see y'all next time. Thanks again for watching the show, guys. Be sure to go into the description down below and check out all of our sponsors. They are what make this show possible. It allows us to travel the country and talk to some really cool guests, so be sure to check them out, support them just like you support us, and see y'all next time.